agency has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz, zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster. Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone. Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden french fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
This is gonna be the best day ever. You got me looking so fresh. I can't get no better. Baby, I'm a T-Rex, ready to rumble, ready to flex. I'm the king of the jungle. Gonna be the best.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
There's a live look at the Sanford Sports Complex in Northeast Bismarck. It's a big night for 2A football in North Dakota, so happy to have you tuned in to the PSP Network tonight. Alongside the coach, Myron Schultz, Todd Domries, and we welcome you to our PSP Network broadcast booth and our Shields pregame show as we get set for the Legacy Sabres, 4-3, a team that's receiving votes in the latest 2A poll in North Dakota, and they take on tonight for the first time ever. The Legacy Sabres will square off against the visiting St. Mary's Saints. Hey, football fans, good to have you tuned in tonight. A first tonight. These two teams have never matched up, St. Mary's and Legacy. It's kind of been a first for St. Mary's all season long. They reignited a rivalry against Bismarck High, and they've gotten back into these, I'll call them the big schools. The Saints have taken some lumps, but here they are, still in a spot in the playoffs right now, and it's kind of been fun, I'm sure, for the St. Mary's crowd.
Yeah, there's a chill in the air tonight, too, and that chill means that we're getting ready for some playoff football, and this game has huge playoff implications. For me, it's fun. I coached with Dan Schmeeker, and I coached with and coached Chris Clements, so it's fun watching these. That four-block road trip's pretty nice. So it's fun seeing all this come together tonight.
Well, and certainly you know a lot about St. Mary's and longtime head coach Dan Schmeeker. 45 years at the helm of the St. Mary's Saints. Nobody's been doing it longer or better than Coach Schmeeker and Chris Clements in his 8th season at the helm of the Legacy Sabres. So, what do you take away when you look at that and you say the styles that both these guys have taken with their teams? Do you see some similarities over the years to some of the things that maybe Chris Clements had when he was a part of the UMary program? Do you see any similarities, or do kind of coaches develop that mold of their own?
But it's all some of it's so interwoven, meaning Schmeeker was such a mentor to me, and then I was with Coach and Clements and coached with him so many years out at Mary, and a lot of our philosophies stem from each other. It's even things like 65 and sunny. Schmeeker tonight's going to be in shorts, and his players, no matter what the temperature conditions are, it's going to be 65 and sunny. So that's an example of a mental concept, but so many things. And even now, what you said, I see more now. When Clems first took over, I felt like he was trying to be wide open. Now he's coming back more to the physical, execute, simple game that kind of has been a Schmeeker mainstay. So you can just see that, it goes back to that 45 years to 8 years that Schmeeker's got a little bit of his coaching blood into all of us in town.
Legacy's coming off of back-to-back losses, losing at home to Fargo Shanley, and last week across town losing to the Century Patriots. So Legacy prior to that had won 4 straight. So the Sabres looking to get back on the winning track. St. Mary's had a bit of a Dow Jones season. They've been up and they've been down. Most recently, coming off of back-to-back losses against Fargo North and Mandan and West Fargo. Before last week, St. Mary's got it right and defeated Fargo South via last-second field goal at the foot of Caden Willer. I wasn't last second, but more or less in crunch time, St. Mary's came away with a 10-7 victory. So, Myron, right away, let's jump into the particulars here. Here's the standings that matter. The QRF rankings, the quality results formula, and West Fargo Cheyenne leads the way right now, and there's a host of 6-1 teams, including Fargo Shanley and Mandan, who tangle tonight over at the Starion Field in Mandan. And then you've got Fargo Davies and Minot at 4-5. Legacy, the Sabres, you'll have them here tonight on PSP, as number 6. West Fargo 7, St. Mary's in that final 8 spot in the standings and in the playoffs right now. Century, Williston, and Bismarck High looking at from the outside in. So you mentioned the playoff implications. Legacy likely is in. I don't even know much more that the Sabres would have to do with 4 wins already in the season. But St. Mary's certainly could use another W to increase their resume and get into the 2A playoffs.
You just see that bunching between the 49 and the 55, how close that is. And there's only 2 games left in the regular season. And there's so many things like, what is the mystery behind that QRF code? Does playing an A opponent, how big is that? If it's a double A opponent, how's it really going to shake out at the end? So it's kind of interesting. You can really see that Century and St. Mary's are really going head-to-head, but West Fargo might be reachable for all of them. So it's a huge game tonight, and it's going to happen in the next 8 days. We're going to know who's going to the state playoffs.
The games we're watching tonight on the BNC Bank scoreboard has Shanley at Mandan. That one will be live on the PSP network. They'll kick that one off about a half hour after we start here at Legacy. Minot at Williston tonight. Cheyenne is in Bismarck to take on the Demons. Century is at Fargo Davies. St. Mary's here at Legacy. And then Fargo North at West Fargo. There's your 2A games across the state tonight. Should be interesting as there's a lot to sort out left with 2 weeks to play in the 2A football season. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more of our Shields pregame as Shields offers clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions. From fishing to fashion, Shields dedicated to offering you the best retail experience. When we come back, folks, we'll take a look at the most recent 2A football poll, and we'll take a look at our upcoming schedule along with getting into more of the matchup here as it's the Legacy Sabres 4-3 on the season, hosting the St. Mary's Saints tonight. The Saints 3-4. For the first time ever, the Saints and the Sabres do battle here from the Sanford Sports Complex. Timeout. We'll be back after this break on the PSP Network.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Todd Domrey's Myron Scholes back at the Sanford Sports Complex. Starion is the home for the Mandan Shanley game tonight as Chuck and Woody are across the Big Muddy. They'll have the call of that one as Legacy 4-3 in the season. St. Mary's 3-4. Myron, before we get to the starters, let's talk about a couple keys to the game here. First, as always, our pregame brought to you by Shields. They can shop sporting goods, hunting and fishing gear, clothing, and more at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. The Sabres. I tell you what, their fans and their base was energized last week going in to take on the Century Patriots, a team they had never beaten, and they stubbed their toe. And so I think the challenge for the Sabres is get past that little bit of a hangover and refocus tonight on the St. Mary's Saints.
And I think one big thing for them, you just look at bigger school, bigger numbers. I think they got to try to play physical, especially with Henry. And then they got to get Henry going. They got to pound the rock. And then the next X factor is Logan Miller is a really good runner. Mm-hmm. They got to do some quarterback runs and just so between Henry and Miller, they got to run the ball tonight. And the thing of, when Miller is running the ball, that's an extra person. It equals out the numbers because you have one less person that's not just handing off and not just carrying it. So I think they got to be able to run the ball tonight if they want to get out of here.
Yeah, and you mentioned the running abilities of Logan Miller, their senior quarterback. None better than the game he had against Bismarck High kind of midway through the season. 151 rushing yards, 2 TDs on the ground, and he also chipped in 2 TD passes. So when he gets that going, that's when Legacy is very dangerous. A key for the St. Mary's Saints, Meyer, this has been a team all season long that has struggled to put points on the scoreboard, just averaging 12.2 points a game. That's tough. If you're only putting up at 12 a night, your defense better be very good. St. Mary's had some nights where the defense has been good, but the offense has been a challenge most of the season.
Now I'm going to take some of this off of last week's game. They didn't do much all night until they went to 4 wideouts, so we call it 10 personnel, and they shotgun and Kralik started finding Porter all over the field. So I think they got to spread the field. They can run with inside there, but they got to, they need to be a little wide open. And the next play that was really good for them last week, Schmeeker calls boot at 9. So it's fake the run play, bootleg, and then that Richter would sneak out into the flat on the weak side away from the run, and they really got that going. So I think if he can, just be a little bit more wide open and then you can sneak in the run. But I think he's going to have to, when they were all congested and running tight formations last week, they weren't really able to get much done.
Now there's your keys to the game, brought to you by Shields tonight, as it's time now for our starting lineup. St. Mary's will have the ball first, so here's their unit up front. Left tackle is the senior 230-pounder Will Marks. Left guard is Johnny Plant, 230 and a senior. Alex Schmitz is your junior center at 245. Derek Rude is the right guard at 180 pounds and a senior. Jacob Gettle, he's a good one up front for St. Mary's, 220 and a senior. Maddox Doppler has gone for a couple games. He's back in the lineup now, 190-pound senior. Matt Porter, Myron highlighted him, a talented receiver, leading the team in yardage and touchdowns from his wide receiver spot, 160-pound senior. Gavin Miller is a 170-pound senior slot back. Your tailback is Paul Vedder, the 165-pound senior. Jackson Richter's the fullback, 195-pound senior. And your senior QB, who's tossed it for about 1,200 yards this season, is Thomas Kralik, the 190-pound senior. Here's the Sabres defensive front for their head coach, Chris Clements. And up front, they'll run like this. Aiden Arntz, 185 and a senior. Thomas Rinkin, 290 and a senior, is the nose. Håkan Jacobson, the 275-pound senior up front. And Vegas George, the returning all-WDA performers for the Sabres. One of their leading tacklers this year is the right end at 215 and a senior. Senior linebackers Mitchell Wald, 230, and Jackson Kellogg, 215. Jared Frank is a junior linebacker. Your corners, Evan Hoffer and Aaron Urlacher, a pair of seniors. Isaac Mitchell, a junior 160-pound safety, and Wyatt Kraft, your 170-pound senior strong safety. There's your starting 11s for both these two football teams. One bonus for Legacy is they'll get their soccer kicker back tonight. He was gone last week against Century as he was participating in the state soccer meet, so Reese Snow will kick it away tonight for the Legacy Sabres. Luke Gator did a good job filling in for him last week, but St. Mary's will have Paul Vedder back deep to receive. Well, the wind has pretty much died down here. That's saying something in the Dakotas for the last few days. It has been blustery at best.
Yeah, it's been a rough 3 days. Felt like maybe back in the old Dust Bowl days. It was you had to hold on to put some rocks in your pockets.
Gavin Miller and also Sam Fedorchuk also back deep, and Snow puts a booty into it. A short end-over-end kick's going to bounce it to 30, and that thing is loose. Somebody's got to get on it. And I think the Saints did.
Definitely found an open area and just skied it in there, and the ball was on the ground. You got to communicate. The people that are right behind that got to come up and get it, and a little bit more sense of urgency than that.
Yeah, Logan Herman, a senior, jumped on it. One of the up men, and St. Mary's will take over. Thomas Kralik, we mentioned him, completing over 50% of his passes this season. 105 out of 199, 1,200 yards, 7 TDs, 8 interceptions for the senior QB as St. Mary's from the left hash mark will have it 1st and 10 from the Saints from their own 29-yard line. Play action. Kralik rolling to his right. It's got time. Still keeping it. Now he's just going to throw it away at the 48-yard line. Nobody open. That's probably a coverage play there as Legacy had locked down those St. Mary's receivers.
That was great coverage. That was started out the first play with their bootleg, so that was actually boot at 8. 8 is an even number, so it means it's to the right. But they were hitting the fullback in the flat all week, last week on that, but it was blanketed down. They had their boot rules covered at Legacy this week.
Kralik misfires on 1st down, sets up 2nd down and 10. This time the Saints will have twin receivers to the right. Kralik out of the pistol. Richter and Vedder standing beside him. Low snap, bobbled, and Kralick's just going to have a fall on it. A little center to QB mishap there, and it's going to be a loss of 3 for St. Mary's.
That was interesting because they came out in a twins formation, which means tight end on one side, 2 receivers on the other side, 2 back. But they were playing 3-on-2, cover 2 versus those 2 receivers. And then Clements was blitzing the linebacker off the edge to make it so they couldn't roll out. So cause and effect of what they did last week, they have a plan for it.
Same formation, tight end to the left, twins to the right. Kralick this time. And we're going to get a penalty flag, so not the most awe-inspiring opening drive here for St. Mary's. You misfire and have your quarterback have to throw it away on first down, bobble a snap on second down on a low snap, and now get a penalty on third down.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds, and week 8, you'd hope that you'd work those out a little bit, but maybe some jitters of this first time seeing the neighbors. And these kids have been playing against each other. I coached, against some of these things when they're in 7th and 8th grade, so it's they've been playing each other since first year of BYFL, so they're probably excited to play their buddies.
Well, here's that 10 personnel you're talking about. You got 4 wides, twins left, twins right. Kralick out of the gun, snap back, and a quick hitter into the flats, and the pass is completed. Good yardage, and turning it up for a first down. There goes Gavin Miller. Caught it in space, finally dropped down by Mitchell Wald, but that's a pitch and a catch and a first down and a gain of 23 on 3rd and long.
That's deja vu. It's exactly what happened last week. They got in that, spread them out, and a lot of success. 44, Mitchell Wald, he looks like an old school linebacker. He's a thick kid, but he made that play in open space too.
1st and 10 Saints from their own 44-yard line. Just underway, Kralick throws it in the flat again. This time the other side, Matt Porter has it, and he darts out of bounds. Into Legacy's territory goes the Saints. Aaron Urlacher pushes them out of bounds there, but a nice gain on first down. Give them 14.
There's a football name, huh? Urlacher, the old Chicago Bears. I think I could be speaking out of line. Don't fact check me, but I think there's actually a distance relation there.
Well, Miller with a catch of 23. Porter right behind him with a catch of 14, and the Saints are into Legacy territory. This time they'll hand it off, and Paul Vetter this time is stacked up. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and then he gets hemmed in there by Aiden Arntz and Trayson Rinkin.
The route St. Mary's has been running is a vertical by number 1, and the number 2 is running an out. But they're playing soft cover 4 on Legacy, which means the corner kind of runs with that deep out. So when he bends that deep fade, when he bends that out, there's nobody there to cover that route right now.
Opening drive of the game. Clock drips down to 10 minutes to play, first quarter on your BNC Bank scoreboard. St. Mary's 2nd and 10. Kralick rolling right. Another quick hitter on the flat. This one's off the hands of his slot receiver. That was Gavin Miller. Closest guy there looked to be Legacy's Ben Watson. Yep.
So they ran the same route every time. Outside receiver runs a fade, and the inside receiver runs a speed out. And should have probably had that one. It was on the money. Just needed to be caught.
Kralick 2 for 4 on this drive, 37 yards. St. Mary's facing a 3rd down and 10 from the Legacy 42. From the far hash mark, wide side is to the right of the quarterback Kralick. Out of the gun. Went to the hard count. Did not get Legacy to jump. Snap back. Another quick hitter. Porter's got it. Darting up the sideline and a first down. St. Mary's has found something. No, they're going to mark him out just short. It's going to be 4th and 1 upcoming after the gain of 9.
And it's the same route. So what Legacy would have to do is play what we'd call a hard corner, where that corner sits in the flat, and then the safety would go over and cover the deep fade route. But they need somebody there waiting for him to run into him, so you leverage the route.
Well, so far you've ran it twice, Myron, for a -3 yards. On 4th and 1, I might go to the same thing here. Hit that quick out again.
I agree with you. Or I could see him running speed option here, too. He likes that in this situation.
Kralick back to pass. Another quick out. And this time he's got his intended receiver, Jackson Ross. Jared Frank bumps it out of bounds there. But that's another nice gain. Give him 8 on 4th and 1.
They ran just a couple quick hitches there. 3-step route. All this is basketball, the old V-cut. If the guy backs up, you V-cut. If he's too close to you, you backdoor him. He backed up, V-cut, got the ball, first down.
Legacy gets a late substitution off the field, and they stay in this 10 personnel. Twins left, twins right. Vetter beside Kralik out of the gun as St. Mary's nearing the Serve Pro red zone. This time they go to the slant. On time. Nice catch in space there as Kralik threw a dart to Caden Willer. He's tackled immediately by Isaac Mitchell, but another first down and a pickup of 11.
That was great ball placement. That ball was 1.5 yards in front of him. It was great placement. It was right on his chest. Good timing. The ball was a third of the way there before he broke that route. That was an impressive play.
St. Mary's, the light breeze is at their back right now, and they are into the Serve Pro red zone. 1st and 10, Saints on the opening drive of the game. Kralik rolling to his left. This time throws it to the pylon. Ooh, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver there, who was Jackson Ross.
Good coverage. It was basically just a comeback at the pylon. The inside receiver didn't break it out because he didn't want to get underneath that comeback, but it was just good coverage.
Yeah, Jared Frank, the outside backer that time, had Jackson Ross step for step. Nice rhythm drive here for Thomas Kralik. 5 for 8 throwing the football, 65 yards on this opening drive for the senior QB. St. Mary's from the Legacy 14-yard line. Kralik back to pass. Out to the flat. It's caught. And running to the corner of the end zone. Is he in? Yes, Willer. Touchdown. 14 yards out, and St. Mary's strikes first.
As soon as St. Mary's got in 10 personnel, 4 wide receivers, 1 running back, obviously the things at first were just miscues, but as soon as they got into that, they just marched right down the field. And that's the way they ended last week against Fargo South.
And you find something that's working?
Don't fix it if it ain't broke. Dance with who brung you.
Stick with it, and that's exactly what St. Mary's did. Willer on to attempt the extra point. Snap is back, hold is down. Willer's kick is blocked. And knifing in there was Evan Hoffer, the speedster, to block that one away. And so we'll take a touchdown timeout. St. Mary's with an impressive drive. They get a 14-yard TD from Kralik to Caden Willer, and we take a break. 6-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. We're back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Play, 76-yard TD drive, and it just about didn't happen. 3rd and long on the first 3 sets of downs.
Yeah, they were just bundling. It was like the Keystone Cops right away. Then they convert that 3rd and 13, and they just marched right down the field and they got in sync.
Caden Willer booted away. Oh, off of a lineman. I don't know if that was planned, but that's pretty good reaction time, as that up man for the Legacy Sabres ended up being Boston Bishke, and he got the hands up quickly because that could have went right off of the face mask.
I think he was just trying to hit a line drive almost like Squibb, but it hit him right in the chest. It's amazing it didn't ricochet back further. That was a hot one.
He had to get a hand on it because otherwise that thing might have ricocheted back. It would have been the best onside kick you've ever seen. Now we'll set these starting lineups for the Legacy offense and the St. Mary's defense after this first snap as Logan Miller's out of the gun. Carl Henry standing beside him. Good field position for Legacy from their own 48, and Miller's got space. Dancing to 45-40. Sprinting 35, still loose at the 30. Down to the 20. One play, Miller all the way to the 5. Logan Miller. 47 yards. Paul Vetter with a touchdown-saving tackle.
So that was it. They added the quarterback run. They added the extra blocker to the scheme, and he had basically untouched. Vetter was just faster and caught him from behind.
Officially 46-yard gallop on the first play from scrimmage for Legacy. Legacy now go to an eye. Mitchell Wald's the fullback, Carl Henry the tail. 1st and goal from the 6. Handoff, Carl Henry slips through one tackle, and then he is busted. Down after, it's going to be a loss of about a half a yard, as getting in there first for St. Mary's was Jackson Richter. And also tag teaming him down was John Richter, as hit by the Richters.
R Richter squared.
Legacy up front, Myron, looks like this. Alex Wetstein, Aiden Arntz, Ethan Crow, Connor Wald, Landon Leno. The wide receivers, Wyatt Kraft, Aaron Urlacher. And your tight end is Vegas George, Carl Henry, Mitchell Wald, and Logan Miller, the backfield for Legacy. This time, Henry will switch sides on 2nd and goal from the 7. It's a keeper. Logan Miller dancing at the 5, gets low, and pushes his way down to the 3.5. Knife down there by Jackson Richter is Legacy. 46 yards on first down, and now just a couple yards on their next 2 plays from scrimmage.
And it was just quarterback ISO, spread them out. Carl Henry was the fullback lead blocking, and Logan Miller just followed him.
Legacy sends Cade Murphy wide to the right, Wyatt Kraft wide left. Tight end to the right, ball right between the hash marks, 3rd and goal from the 3. Handoff, nope, keeper for Logan Miller. Oh, he dropped the football. It's loose. And St. Mary's says that they have it. And they do. Logan Miller stripped at the goal line, and coming out of there for the Saints, I believe it was Caden Willer with the fumble recovery.
Zone read, and probably just never had a good handle on it after he pulled it from Henry, and it dislodged it. And he had to just be right at breaking the plane.
Yeah, Miller fumbles at the goal line. Willer recovers, and St. Mary's gets a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20.
That's another huge part. You get to the 20, you're not, obviously it's great you didn't give up the score, but at least you're not down at the -1 yard line also.
Well, it's all Saints so far on your BNC Bank scoreboard. St. Mary's on top, 6-0 over Legacy. Second possession of the game for St. Mary's. 1st and 10 from their own 20. First turnover goes to the Saints. Oh, Vetter's blown up. That looked like it was Mitchell Wald. Yep. The Mack truck named Mitchell takes down Vetter in the backfield for a loss of 3.
And he came clean. He was at the mesh point. Mesh point's where the quarterback hands the ball to the running back, and he was right there when they were giving it to him. So obviously came shot out of a canyon, an unblocked defender.
-4 on the carry officially is a TFL for Mitchell Wald.
Now we're back in 4 wide. We're not going to mess around with that play anymore.
Twins left, twins right. From the 16, this time Legacy's going to bring some numbers. Kralick's going to have to tuck it, and he can't get away. Going to be wrapped up and dropped down. Looks like Vegas George possibly from his DN position. Nope, it was not Vegas George. It was Hakan Jacobson.
Looks like they have much tighter coverage there. Might have been form a man even. He had nowhere to go, tuck it up and run. Defensive line pursuit.
Doesn't go down as a sack. It's a gain of 1 for Kralick on the scramble. Sets up 3rd down and 12. Legacy said, no, we're not going to let you just sit back there and pick us apart. We're coming with some numbers. And this time Legacy with 3 down linemen.
Look how tight the corners were on that one.
They might blitz off the edge. Kralick, nobody open, and he's trying to get away, and he's going to be stacked up. Drop down. As coming in there again was Legacy's Ben Watson. And Kralick picked up a couple yards, but it's not near enough for a first down, and St. Mary's into a punting situation.
Well, you definitely saw what they did on the sideline. They used to have soft corners, meaning they were off like 7-8 yards, and they were backing up at the snap. Now they're right up in that outside receiver's face. So that was the adjustment to all those pass routes they hit first series.
Caden Willer back to punt it away, standing in his own 10. Ooh, barely got it off. Wyatt Kraft's going to let it bounce at midfield. Friendly St. Mary's roll. And it's still rolling. Going to be down at the 39-yard line. So not a bad effort for Caden Willer as Logan Herman gets down there to down it. As that ends up being a 40-yard punt. And the first effort of the night for Caden Willer. Tonight's game, Myron, brought to you by Planet Pizza. They have the 30-inch Galactic Pizza. It's out of this world. Call now at 852-1700. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Jersey Mike's. You can vote for this week's Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page. Jersey Mike's a sub above. Well, Legacy got down to the goal line, coughed it up, and now they take over after forcing a 3-and-out from their own 39-yard line. Miller, design run. Has to stop in the backfield, lost his momentum, but then he turned it north and south, put a foot in the ground, and he drives it ahead for 8 before he is knifed down there by Paul Vetter and also John Richter.
Logan Miller's looked really good running tonight. He's physical, he's a big kid, got some speed, and he's not hesitating at all. And it's their power runs, their double down, lead up with that fullback or the tailback.
Yeah, give him 8. That's 3 carries already, 58 yards of rushing. Check that, 4 carries, 58 yards of rushing for the QB Logan Miller. Looks like it could be a Miller run again. Nope, handed off wide side. Henry, and boy, he is bottled up. That's going to be a loss. All the way back to the 46-yard line. St. Mary's doing the honors as the nose. Will Marks that time first guy to put a blue hat on him.
That's a play where they pull both guards. And it was an outside play, and I'm guessing Gettle might have turned it back in, and there was just nothing there.
Well, Logan Miller's got 58 yards. Carl Henry -2. So thus far, St. Mary's has diagnosed the tailback, but they haven't taken care of the QB yet. Here it is, 3rd and 5. And they give it off to Carl Henry. Little off-tackle right side play, and he's near the sticks as he got about 3 or 4. Will Marks drags him down from behind. They're going to mark him down at the 47. Needed to get to the 49. That's going to be 4th and a long 2 here for Legacy.
Looks like they're going for it.
Well, the Sabres, they're going to roll the dice. Their Riverboat Gambler coach, Chris Clements, will go for it on 4th and a long 1. Miller this time is under center. He's got an eye backfield behind him, and he's going to sneak it. Oh, look at the surge. He's still going. It's a rugby scrum. And he carries it for 11. Give him 12 yards on a QB. I don't know if you call that a sneak. That's a QB surge. Tackled by the safety, Gavin Miller, on a QB sneak.
That's actually, I mean, it's a tough play because all it is like a snow plow, and it just come behind it. It's probably run it again here.
Just got 12 yards. You might as well. Miller back to pass. He's going to go deep down the near sideline. He's got Kraft behind the defense. Touchdown! 40-yard strike, and we're tied at 6. First pass of the night for the Sabres goes to the house.
Shows some versatility. You see him running. He's been kind of running like a tailback tonight, and that power fullback run there and that surge, and then just step back and throw a sweet dime for a touchdown.
Yeah, they caught St. Mary's looking in the backfield a little bit there as the Sabres had not ran a pass play yet. Reese Snow on for the extra point. Didn't get much of it, but he got enough of it, I think, to sling it through with that left foot, and he did. Touchdown timeout. New score from the Sanford Sports Complex. Legacy leads 7-6 on your BNC Bank scoreboard, 2:48 to play, and a touchdown timeout. We're back after this break on the PSP Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Look at that flag now.
Yeah, nice answer for the Legacy Sabres. That win was not much of a factor as Legacy was going into it there, but there ain't much there anymore, Myron, as Logan Miller hits Wyatt Kraft to cap off a 6-play, 61-yard TD drive. The final 40 coming Logan Miller to Wyatt Kraft. Snow gets a little more of this one, and it's going to send Paul Vetter back to the 15. To the 20, and a flag flies. I beg your pardon, it was not Paul Vetter, it was Gavin Miller on the kickoff return. Stop on special teams by Alex Viska, and we'll sort out our second penalty of the night. I didn't get who the officials were tonight. That's the one thing I missed tonight, Myron.
Got a block in the back, so it's going to be a long field for the St. Mary's Saints.
St. Mary's second penalty of the night. That one's a 10-yarder, and it'll set them back to their own 10. St. Mary's scoring here in the first quarter on a Caden Willer TD pass, or reception, that is, from Thomas Kralik. Legacy answers with a Wyatt Kraft touchdown reception delivered by Logan Miller. Here's a deep shot. Oh, what a grab. What a dime. Dropped in there, and the pass is hauled in by Caden Willer. That's going to be a, 38-yard completion, and that doesn't get much prettier than that.
You're seeing the cat and mouse game. First off, Kralik, he had an unblocked outside Kellogg coming after him. He just sat in there to the last second and threw it. The next thing is Legacy had walked those corners up to take away that little out route that got him in the first thing. So Schmeeker's answers throw deep now, and they nailed it. It's a cat and mouse game.
38-yard completion. St. Mary's to their own 48-yard line. Handoff goes to Vetter, squirts through a small hole, and he submarines his way right to midfield. He's going to be marked down there and tackled by one Jackson Kellogg, who's having a nice season for the Legacy Sabres.
Kellogg's a name I really associate with basketball, so it's fun watching his son out there on the gridiron.
Yeah, Jackson, a good basketball player in his own right, but he's getting some looks here on the football field as some folks in the NSIC would be interested in his talents. Is now St. Mary's went to the hard count, and I think they got Legacy to jump into the neutral zone.
So now he'll be in a great situation. They'll be in like 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3, and those are the downs where you can really draw up the trick plays or the take a shots, play action passes.
St. Mary's, that's Legacy's first penalty of the night. Kralik already, Myron, 117 yards passing here in the first quarter. That will get it done. 2nd and 2.5. Little option play. Vetter slips through an ankle tackle, but he does not get back to the line of scrimmage. Vegas George forcing the play there, and he made the play along with Mitchell Wold.
That was defended well. It was speed option, and George got the ball pitched, and then Wald scraped and got the pitch back. So that goes back to the Schmeekers, that inside veer and speed option were day one things in his 5-year coaching career.
45, yep. That's day one stuff.
Yeah, that's Jim Wacker inside veer from NDSU.
3rd and 7 from the Legacy 49. Kralik rolls right. Oh, he's got a man in the slot. Ooh, in and out of the hands of Matthew Porter. He had position. He had boxed out the closest defender, who was Aaron Urlacher. It was right at the sticks, but St. Mary's can't complete on it, and it'll put the Saints into a punting situation.
And that pass play right there is a pass play that's off of their speed option player. They're just trying to get the defender to step up for a run, and they throw it right behind him.
St. Mary's has Caden Willer back into a punting situation. Low end-over-end kick. Wyatt Kraft's going to run up on it, bounces once, twice, fielded at the 12. And Kraft with a good return out to the 19-yard line. Ushered out of bounds there by Ryan Kemple. Ends up being a 36-yard punt for Caden Willer on his second punt of the night, and give Wyatt Kraft a 7-yard return. Hey fans, tonight's game brought to you in part by Roger Ward Moving and Storage. You can call them to schedule a move or find a quote. Roger Ward Moving and Storage since 1942. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics. You can call them at 852-2546. Visit mynotbraces.com to get a free virtual consultation. Less than a minute to play here, first quarter. Legacy on top by a point. Logan Miller out of the gun. It's a keeper, and Legacy's been productive with that all night long. As right up the hash marks goes Miller, and another good gain of 8, maybe 9 on first down for Legacy. Maddox Doppler will be credited for a stop there. As Myron, that's as good as Kralik's been in the first quarter throwing the football. Logan Miller's been just as good, as that's 78 yards rushing here in the first stanza for your senior QB.
Yes, exactly.
Legacy, last play of the first quarter. Carl Henry's got a step. You don't want him in space. He's got a first down and more as he powers his way out to the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 13. Sam Fedorchuk finally wrestles them down. And that's the way the first quarter will go into the books with the best run of the night for Carl Henry. Legacy leads by 1, and they're on the move here when we come back with our second quarter after this quarter break. On your BNC Bank scoreboard, it's Legacy 7, St. Mary's 6, second quarter. Up next after this break on the PSP Network.
Wondering whether you need wealth management? Wealth management is a multifaceted offering that should provide opportunities for growth and security. At BNC National Bank, we pride ourselves on putting your priorities first and providing practical, objective financial advice. Our team can help you assess your goals and take stock of your assets to determine whether wealth management is right for you. Speak to a member of our team today to learn more.
A good first quarter there, Myron. St. Mary's did some things through the air. Legacy as well, but Legacy's had the better of the ground game thus far in this contest.
It's kind of some of the things we talked about earlier in the game. St. Mary's been good when they're in 10 personnel and throwing, and one thing about Legacy is their linemen are getting after St. Mary's, and you can just even see looking on the field they're a little bit bigger young men. So St. Mary's is going to have to answer the physical challenge the second quarter.
Legacy, first and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Miller will motion. Fake it to Urlacher. Logan Miller carries it, and that's the best time or the best job of the night by St. Mary's defensively to bring down Logan Miller after a short gain of 3, as it was Maddox Doppler from his defensive end position.
That was a read. That's kind of a outside zone fly sweep power read, and they had the edge done, so Miller pulls it and runs. So it's been a heavy dose of quarterback run so far tonight.
Legacy from their own 45, right between the hash marks. Miller under center, play action. Off his back foot. Oh, he's got Vegas George. Nice pitch and catch into Saints territory. Goes Legacy. Nice gain on the play before Vegas George tackled by Caden Willer. Ends up being a 15-yard, make it a 16-yard pass catch for Vegas George.
The classic bootleg play, fake run to the left. You get a shallow route, a middle route, and a deep route, and George was wide open coming through the middle of that zone.
Legacy on the move again in those black uniforms, the Vegas gold trim from the right hash mark. Handoff Carl Henry. He's got a hole, 35-30. Galloping to the 25, carrying a tackler at the 20. Carl Henry loose. Carries it down to the 16-yard line, 23-yard rumble for the senior before Sam Fedorchuk finally gets him down to the turf.
So they ran that power play now twice in the end of the first quarter, the beginning of the second quarter, and Carl Henry's had good success with that inside bison running play.
Carl Henry dots an I formation. They give it to him again. Ooh, this time he's knifed down. Oh, did he fumble that? Oh, the baggie came out. St. Mary's is going to recover it. Now we got a zebra convention. The hit was made by Richter. Oh, he comes up with the fumble recovery. I beg your pardon. Did he hit him and recover it, or just recover it?
I think he got them both.
Wow,
the ISO play.
The daily double for John Richter. What a play. St. Mary's has forced their second turnover here of the contest.
And that's the persistence, because right now, they're marching in here, and then they fumbled on the 1-yard line earlier. St. Mary's being Johnny on the spot and turning him over twice, keeping him 1 down in this game.
Well, the Zebras got together. Henry fumbled it. Richter recovered it. And now the Saints get back into that 10 personnel. This time they motion to trips. Kralik will roll that way. Oh, he's got a man in the flat. Throws it. Second guy, that's Gavin Miller. Looked to the flat first. Came back more to a middle route. Miller's got it, and that's a first down out to the 30-yard line. Isaac Mitchell, the free safety there on the stop for Legacy.
And that's a flood route, deep route, middle route, low route. And the guy sucked up on the low route. His eyes got, attracted by that. And the quarterback stuck it in right behind him in the middle route.
2 catches, 35 yards for Gavin Miller. Kralik up to 129 yards passing after that 12-yard completion. Same formation, trips to the right. Kralik this time, wanted a throwback, and now he's in trouble. Oh, and he's slung down. Ripping him down for the sack was Alex Wetstein.
So they were sprinting out, and the plan was to throw back against the grain and leak that guy out backside, but they covered it, and he had nowhere else to go, and Wetstein was there in his face, and big loss.
Yeah, that ends up being a 12-yard loss. St. Mary's now, Myron, 8 carries for a minus 17.
That's a Schmeeker. You think about the years of Schmeeker as a run coach.
Back to pass. Kralik flushed. Oh, he's decked again. This time it was Aiden Arntz and Aaron Urlacher on the blitz. St. Mary's, after a promising start to the drive, is going backwards.
And these are tough situations. You maybe try to get some of it back so that when you punt, you add some more yards onto it. But sometimes when you attack these deep coverages that are waiting for you to throw it deep, those can turn into turnovers in a hurry.
Not much in the playbook for 3rd and 26. Down to 8 in the play clock. St. Mary's going to run a little out pattern. They get a block on the edge. Matt Porter up the sideline, and he got some good yardage there, Myron, just like you called, as it ends up being about 10, maybe a 9-yard gain, and it sets up a shorter field to punt against, as Isaac Mitchell was the one who shoved him out of bounds.
It's kind of how we'd view that. So you got that gain, then you get a good punt, and you just turned your 40-yard punt into a 55, 60-yard punt.
3 catches for Matt Porter. Caden Willer back to punt it away. Wyatt Kraft standing at his own 39. Willer, the rush is on. Low wobbling kick, bounces at the 48. Another good roll for St. Mary's. Kraft just runs away from it, and Willer going to end up being a 39-yard punt. Logan Herman, the first guy down there to down it for St. Mary's as a third punt. Willer's done a good job. 40, 36, and 39 punting it tonight. And we can tell you that tonight's game brought to you by the UPS store. They're located on South Broadway in Minot in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. You can go to them for all your packing and shipping needs. And tonight's game also brought to you in part by Northern Plains Heating and Air. Been doing it for over 25 years. They're your heating and air experts. You can find them online at northern-plains.com.
That's one thing St. Mary's has done well, is kept Legacy on what we call a long field, meaning they got a lot of real estate to go to score, and then kept them in front of them. Don't give up a quick score.
Legacy will spread you out. Twins left, twins right. Straight ahead running for Carl Henry. Just fumbled on his last carry. They go right back to him. Picks up a couple. We'll give him 3 out to the 40-yard line before he's hit down there by Jacob Gettle. Carl Henry now, 7 carries, 43 yards on the contest. Reminder, stay tuned at halftime. We'll have our premier chiropractic halftime show. Dr. Kirk Mason, Cody Haugen, Dr. Becky Perry-Domrys can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. Fake the jet sweep to Henry. Miller off the left side gets a few. Another 3 yards for Legacy. Sets up 3rd down and manageable. They would be on schedule of the Sabres before Jackson Richter is there to spill them down.
Jackson Richter did a nice job of staying behind the ball, because that was a fake, and then you go on a run and go chase the running back. And when he pulled it and came back, Richter had stayed behind the ball and was right in position.
I could have Landon Domrys running the camera for us tonight on the PSP Network. Todd Domrys, Myron Schultz back at the PSP Network broadcast booth at the Sanford Sports Complex. And it's a 3rd down and 3. Carl Henry, they had him, but he got away. Oh, power running for Carl Henry, and he gets 6, and he needed 4. Good run.
It was like little brother hanging on your leg. I mean, he was just had him there for a long time. They just finally shook him and took off. Very physical play by Carl Henry.
1st and 10, Sabres. Well, Legacy's moved the football here. 2 turnovers have hamstrung a couple drives, however, for Legacy. Play action, looking deep again to Wyatt Kraft. He's out there, and he gets tangled up. Ooh, no call. Step for step with him was Sam Fedorchuk.
That was a nice toss. Once Logan Miller had an unblocked defender coming right on his face, and he was throwing the deep ball, so he had to sit in there and wait and buy time also. And, it was close. It was in the zip code, that's for sure.
First incompletion of the night for Logan Miller. 2 for 3 for 56 yards. Legacy now 2nd and 10 from their own 49.
It's an unbalanced formation here.
Wide side run. Here comes Carl Henry. Now he cuts it up. Now he's got space. 45-40. Cuts it up at the 35. This time he covers that football up, and he rumbles all the way down to the 32-yard line. Give him 20. Caden Willer got some help, but finally got him down to the turf.
I think Legacy had him outnumbered at the point of attack. They were an unbalanced set. They had their tight end and their receivers all on the same side, and they just had one extra body over there.
Legacy sends Urlacher. Hoffer wide to the left. Tight end to the right. H-back to the right. Miller out of the gun. 1st and 10. Snap back. Handoff. Carl Henry. And he is hit and dropped down at the 30-yard line. Logan Herman and Jackson Richter there to sandwich him.
Jackson Richter sure is active. He's definitely a tackling machine for inside linebacker for the Saints.
Henry gets a couple. Time-consuming drive here for Legacy. That's already the 8th play of the drive. Had to do some quick math there.
It'll be interesting to see if Toby Schweitzer starts maybe running some line stunts and blitzes a little bit just to get some movement for those big Legacy old linemen.
2nd and 8 from the 30. Miller back to pass. A lot of time. Throws it. Picked off. Picked off by Gavin Miller. And the Saints have forced 3 turnovers here in the first half. Miller takes it away. Miller intercepts Miller.
Could be that's kind of been the recipe. Make them punt, play good special teams, make them drive a long way to have to score, and then turn them over when they start getting close. So that's one thing that St. Mary's is doing in their chance to steal this crosstown game.
Well, Miller threw the pick. Miller intercepted it. And so that was an all-around good Miller player right there. Well, let's see if St. Mary's can keep this passing game rolling here as they force their 3rd turnover here in the first half. Legacy, however, leads by a point. Now the Saints are going to go deep down that far sideline. It's underthrown. Coming back for the football and unable to secure it was Gavin Miller. Note, check that, Matt Porter. Coverage provided by Isaac Mitchell along with the outside backer Jared Frank.
St. Mary's a little bit to give them a little bit of time that time because a little bit of pressure on the last series when they were passing. There was a little bit of extra protection, and that was just the 2 wideouts running deep, and they kept those inside position to block to gain some extra protection.
Yeah, I was waiting for it didn't seem like Matt Porter diagnosed where that football was going to end up because usually when that's underthrown like that, the advantage goes completely to the receiver, but Miller couldn't find a way to haul her in. Krolick's got time over the middle, bobbled, in and out of the hands of Gavin Miller. He's spilled there by Aaron Urlacher. But that's a play that I guarantee you that Gavin Miller wants back.
And definitely a different area of the field they went after that. They went over the middle of the field where everything tonight's been on the very outside between the hash and the boundary. So they were definitely attacking the middle of the field on that route.
5:40 to play in the first half. Legacy on top, 7-6 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. BNC Bank, your life's busy. They make managing your money easy with locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Visit BNC Bank online at bnc.bank. Krolick snap back. 2nd down, make it 3rd down and long, in and out of the hands on a crossing route of Matt Porter. I don't know if he's going to have enough for a first down. There was a lot of black jersey around him, and Legacy's going to force a 3-and-out after the St. Mary's Saints had picked off Logan Miller.
So Legacy's now starting to put an outside linebacker on the wide side of the field where St. Mary's likes to sprint out, and they're blitzing them off the edge so they can't sprint out. Schmeeker's adjusting by doing more drop-back passing rather than sprinting out.
Willer will punt it away for the 4th time. Legacy's setting up a return this time, end-over-end kick. Kraft runs up on it to 35. He's got a head of steam. 35-40, 45-50 to midfield goes Wyatt Kraft, and a nice return as he's going to be pushed out of bounds by Paul Vetter. But Kraft, that low end-over-end punt, and he ends up turning that into a nice return as it's a 38-yard punt and a 15-yard return making a 17-yard return for Wyatt Kraft.
So now Legacy's finally, they're starting on the St. Mary's side. They're in good field position to get 1 first down, and they'll be in 4 down position. So best starting point by far for Legacy tonight.
Sabres by a point. Logan Miller out of the gun. And it's going to be a keeper by Logan Miller, and it's got good yardage before he is wrapped up, pushed backwards by a host of Saints. First guy there, however, was John Richter, along with Derek Rude. Yeah, that's Logan Miller. I tell you what, came into the night with 445 yards rushing, 535 yards passing, and he's nearing a 100-yard night on the ground already. That is now 9 carries for 85 yards.
Now, he's not a pretty boy quarterback tonight. He's more of a Tim Tebow fullback running the ball. He's going to need the hot tub after this one.
Give him 5 on first down, 2nd and 5 for the Sabres. From the St. Mary's 43-yard line on the right hash mark. Sabres moving right to left. Play action. Miller's going deep again. This one he's going to overshoot. His intended receiver was Wyatt Kraft. And that time, Logan Miller kind of just maybe thought some fake pressure was coming, but Fedorchuk had good coverage on Wyatt Kraft.
Looks like Coach Ballweber and Coach Jolliffe kind of teach him that biological time clock. If you hold it this long, you better get rid of it. Otherwise, pressure will come and bad things will happen.
Yeah, that time he could have held it for a good 3, 4, 5 more seconds, but like you said, that clock was ticking and he let her fly. Miller now 2 of 5, 56 yards in the first half here, 1 TD, 1 interception. They'll make that 2 interceptions. As this time, Logan Miller on the ground, doing it again. 3rd and 5, and Miller got a first down. Big run of 18 yards. Thomas Kralik, the safety, brings him down.
And they're faking that jet sweep, and the defense starts thinking the run play is going to the perimeter. He's pulling it back, and it's a power run play for the quarterback right up the gut.
107 yards now on 10 carries for the QB Logan Miller. Clock under 4.5 to play here in the first half. Legacy nearing the Serve Pro red zone. Handoff, Logan Henry bounces off of 1 tackle, slips through another one, he's to the 20. Drives through another tackle, and he's all the way down to the 15-yard line. 12 more yards, Thomas Kralik. When your safeties are making tackles, folks, that's not a good thing. And right now, Legacy's on the move.
So one thing for sure on that one, St. Mary's lost what you call force. Force is kind of like contain on a pass play, but it's contain on a run play. And that force got inside, so there was no one to turn that play back in. And so Henry bounced it, and there was nobody there.
Legacy started near midfield on this drive, and they're into the Serve Pro red zone.
There's that unbalanced line that got St. Mary's last time.
1st and 10 for Legacy from the 15, wide side. Now Henry cuts it up, and he's smothered. After a couple yards down to the 12, Logan Herman put a hat on him there for St. Mary's. Richter also in on another hit, and all of a sudden now you got a 1-2 little Batman and Robin going here for Legacy as Miller's got 107 yards rushing. Carl Henry now with 85.
And right now this game has been, this is where St. Mary's bends but don't break, and they turn them over down here. So ball security should be what they're preaching a little bit on the Sabre sideline.
2nd and 7 for Legacy from the Saints' 12-yard line. Urlacher in motion from right to left. Play action, rolling right. Here's Miller. Now he's going to fake it and scramble it. He's got space. Cuts at the 5. What a move! Touchdown! 12 yards, Logan Miller to the house.
And he was definitely the hammer, not the anvil at the end. In fact, the St. Mary's player is still down. He delivered the blow. He didn't take the hit. So he is running like a true running back or like I said, like a fullback tonight.
Logan Miller with a TD run here late in the first half gives Legacy a 7-point lead. And you got an injured Saint down on the field as Legacy's going to take that. 6 plays, 48 yards for that TD drive. The final 12 on the legs of Logan Miller, and that's 119 yards now in the first half for the QB Miller. Well, Legacy cashed in on that good field position, Myron.
Yep, and then one thing was just it was Henry breaking that one outside, and then a lot of Logan Miller power running and adding the extra blocker because they got to account for everybody on the field. And right now Legacy is obviously the more physical team right now.
Now we still have an injured Saint down in the far near corner of that end zone, so we'll take an injury timeout. we'll keep it right here. As we'll take a break right after the extra point as the injured Saint was your corner and a good receiver for the Saints as well, Caden Willer, but he's walking off under his own power. So I think, like you said, he was the anvil that time. As Reese Snow will come on to attempt the extra point for Legacy Sabres. Reminder, after the game, we'll have our post-game show brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors. They're helping clients work towards financial freedom. And the post-game also brought to you each and every night by Shots Crossroads, your post-game headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com.
I find it interesting, the logistics of having a soccer player. Does he come over right at the beginning of practice, before he goes to soccer practice, come at afterwards? How do you drill this?
Reese Snow puts that southpaw boot into it, and he slams it through. And Legacy puts 6, make it 7 on the board here late in the first half. BNC Bank scoreboard with 2:58 to play. It's Legacy 14, St. Mary's 6. We're back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Reese Snow made that extra point. Logan Miller with a 12-yard TD run. Legacy on top, 14-6. Snow with the ensuing kickoff, going to be fielded by an up man. 20, 25, there goes Sam Fedorchuk out to the 30. Pyle moves all the way to the 35-yard line. Tackled there by a host of Sabres, including Boston Bishke, the sophomore. All right, Myron, a little 2-minute drill here for St. Mary's. They've been able to move the ball through the air.
It kind of fits into what they're doing right now, and then you're thinking there too on the sideline. You get your best 2-point play ready to try to tie this up before the half if you do put it in.
1st and 10 for the Legacy defense, St. Mary's offense. Look for a quick hitter in the flat. They got Mac Porter. Porter slips through a couple tacklers there out to the 42-yard line, a gain of 8 on first down. Tackled there by Evan Hoffer along with Ben Watson.
It was a good job by that inside defender running with him, but you can see the corners getting used to those outs, and he came in and helped set the edge. So good job by the defense, but also nice 8-yard gain by St. Mary's on the vertical and out combination.
Team high 4 catches now on the night for the senior Matt Porter. 10 formation. Twins left, twins right. Kralik dancing a little bit in the pocket, and the time runs out. That biological clock didn't work, and he is going to be jackknifed down by Alex Viska. Loss all the way back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to negate that 8-yard gain on first down. They lose 7.
And that was a linebacker blitz, and at first the blocker had him, and then Kralik felt good. Then all of a sudden he slipped off, and he was right in his face.
Legacy with their 3rd sack here in the first half. St. Mary's facing a 3rd down and 9. Kralik into the flat. It's caught, but Urlacher's right there to wrestle him down. Pass was completed to Gavin Miller, but boy, Urlacher was right there.
Yeah, we used to call that route super back in the day. Vertical by number 1 and it's like an 8-9 yard speed out by number 2. And I think St. Mary's probably ran that about 15 times tonight. And you could tell that the Legacy defensive backs are expecting it a little bit right now.
And now you get an interesting situation here. You got Gavin Miller over on that far sideline. He caught the pass, and now he looks like he's cramping up. But Legacy they weren't going to waste any time anyway. So the Sabres, with 1:27 to play, just took a timeout to stop the clock and preserve about 87 seconds for their offense, as St. Mary's will be in a punting situation here on 4th and long.
Legacy's gotten close to blocking a couple of these punts, so I could see them coming at all-out block right here.
Legacy just one timeout remaining here in the first half. And you can see on our PSP scoreboard at the bottom of your screen, those little dots below each team's name. That indicates how many timeouts are remaining. Pretty fancy.
That's high tech. That's big league.
So now they just put one back up there for Legacy. I was thinking that was their first time out burned here, so the Sabres just got one back. Yeah, to your point, I was wondering if Legacy was going to even put anybody back to receive this thing, but now they do send back Isaac Mitchell as a kind of an up man and Wyatt Kraft back deep as, well, now Legacy's going to burn a timeout.
Interesting.
Well, they have too many guys out there?
And they definitely weren't in block mode.
I think they had 12 guys out there. So Legacy takes a timeout. We'll break as well. St. Mary's will be having a 4th down when we come back after this break on the PSP Network. Legacy on top 14-6 here late in the first half.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability. For all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs, your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
St. Mary's.
What's the penalty?
Lining up like they're going to go for this. And now the Zebras are going to confer. And was the play clock running down? I don't think the play clock even started. Oh, legal substitution. So that's going to be 5 yards against Legacy. Now you might go for it. 4th and 1.
5-yard penalty on Legacy makes it 4th and 1.
Maybe they, even though they called timeout, do they still get whistled for illegal substitution?
I'm not 100% sure that I got to get the high school rules back up again.
Yeah, exactly. You and I should have our book up here. Now Jackson Ross splits out wide to the left, trips receivers to the right. St. Mary's lining up like they're going to go for this. 4th and 1 in minus territory. Oh, no, it's just a pooch kick. As Thomas Kralik, the QB, took one step to his right and rugby styled it and got a good effort. Got it all the way into the 19-yard line. And so that ends up being a 39-yard punt. St. Mary's punted it 5 times here in the first half.
That was a smart move. No rush because they were expecting a 4th and 1 trying to get a yard play. They playing man-free defense, and they had all the gaps taken, and so they had no rush because they were trying to defend the short run, and then plus no return. So now they got him on a long field with a couple timeouts and one timeout and just a minute and 15 left.
Yeah, we'll see how aggressive Legacy gets here, Myron. 2 timeouts remaining.
And they also have the ball coming out at half. So
yeah, 81 yards to go for Legacy. I wouldn't be surprised to see them run it here a couple times, maybe get a first down, maybe then get aggressive. But
something fun like a tunnel screen or something like that to see if it breaks. If it happens, then get going. If it doesn't, put the ball in your ball bag and go into your locker room.
Yeah, up by 8. And they're going to hand it off. Nope, fake it to Carl Henry. And there goes Logan Miller. And now you're going to be aggressive. As there goes Miller, rumbling again. Man, he's had a good first half. That's another 20.
And that's it right there. Now, back there, you can run something simple and safe. If you get it, now you got it. Now let's go for it.
Yeah, it wasn't 20. It was 25 for Logan Miller.
Good job of a hurry up. They're right up, ready to run a play.
1st and 10 from their own 43, under a minute to play. Miller back to pass. Flushed out. Still angling for the sideline. He's going to smartly get out of bounds. Save some time there. Is going to be just a gain of 1 on the play. There's good coverage by the Saints, and St. Mary's actually going to be no gain on the play.
And if he wants to save some wear and tear, just throw that ball, hit Schmeeker in the head, and you don't got to run over there and take a hit. Just make sure it's near one of your receivers or within 10 yards of them.
13 carries, 144 yards in the first half for Logan Miller. 51 seconds to play. 2nd and 10 for Legacy. Trips to the right, and they're going to hand it off, and here comes Carl Henry. Gets through an ankle tackle. High step in his way to St. Mary's territory. Clock will stop momentarily while they move the chains, stopped by Matt Porter.
There's been a lot of times where a St. Mary's player just had him around the ankle, and there's a Legacy player just dragging him along. A lot of effort.
12-yard gain for Carl Henry. Clock rolls down to 35, 34. Snap back. Miller, deep drop. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's got to run. Shaking tackles. Yeah, it took a lot of time, however. Only gets to the 38-yard line, and Legacy's going to burn a timeout. Stopped by Jacob Gettle and Logan Herman after the 6-yard scramble by Logan Miller. We'll keep this right here as Legacy one more timeout remaining. Here left in the first half. Logan Miller now 150 yards rushing in the first half. A reminder at halftime, we'll have the scoring plays. We'll give you a BNC Bank scoreboard update, and we'll run through the first half stats, along with giving you our upcoming calendar here on the PSP Network.
I thought they did a nice job of transitioning from playing regular pace football to all of a sudden they made a big play and boom, they were in no huddle and they were going quick. It used to be that, high schools didn't have enough time to work on that because they play both sides and they got church night and, and now all of a sudden you can just see how football has emerged. That was impressive. Now it'll get really interesting here is if they have like a countdown. Countdown means no timeouts. Kicker, the whole special teams just runs out and kicks the field goal while the clock's counting down. So it's fun to see how some of this situational football has emerged and gotten so much better as football's growing, over time.
I get a kick out of looking at the Sabre coaches here. They're breaking down some huddle film. They got boards they're filling out, working on alignments and gap schemes and everything else. So here we go. 22 seconds to play first half. 2nd and 4 from the 38. Miller looking, throws it. Oh, what a grab. Hoffer has it at the 20. Give him 18.
And the clock stops till they spot the ball. They're up on the ball, ready to go. They're going to spike it here. Good job. Only cost them 2 seconds.
And they still preserve that one remaining timeout. So 13 seconds to play. That's good use of the clock right there, as you said.
Very good situational football. Now, the fun one there is where you call spike, 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 but it's a fake spike. We used to call kill, kill, kill for our true kill. Spike was our fake spike, so we'd fake the spike and run it around. It's an old famous, Dolphin Thanksgiving Day play 100 years ago.
Well, at the very least, you're into field goal range for Reese Snow as if he has an opportunity here, he's been pretty good. They got one side alone for Wyatt Kraft. Miller looks left, throws it left, behind the defense, touchdown! Hoffer, what an adjustment. What a pass by Miller. And late in the first half, the Sabres strike.
A lot of impressive things there. Impressive was calling timeout, getting the ball, being aggressive with 1:27. Next thing was just clock, situational management, the spiking the ball, the getting out of bounds, the hurry up, happening quickly. I mean, that was well executed, well coached. Plus now they get the ball coming in out of half. So these two possessions could put a dagger in the game.
High snap. Good job by your holder right there. That was pretty good effort by Logan Miller as Reese Snow does put it through, and Legacy puts on the board 7 more. 21-6. Sabres on top of St. Mary's. Short timeout. We'll come back with the kickoff here and the close of the first half of action from the Sanford Sports Complex.
Every 10 minutes, 3 people in the United States will die from a preventable incident. More people are dying on our roadways and in their homes than ever before, but that's where the North Dakota Safety Council can help. Safety is our mission, from the workplace to any place. We're a private nonprofit that offers more than 150 training courses that are dynamic, hands-on, and effective. From CPR and first aid to driver safety and even workplace violence preparedness, we want to make sure your loved ones come home safe each night. Go to ndsc.org to see how together we can make a difference.
Six-play, 71-yard touchdown drive. Late in that first half, Legacy. It's an 18-yard TD pass, Logan Miller to Evan Hoffer. Reese Snow with the ensuing kickoff, just line drives and squibs it. St. Mary's just has to fall on it, and the clock drips down to 6 seconds to play remaining here in the first half. Like you said, Meyer, a lot of good things on that play. The 2-minute drive, you know, the 25-yard run to kind of get it started because you're deep in your own end. You might even not even be that aggressive, but you get that big run to start it off, and then you're in go mode.
Yes. I think what impressed me was just Miller's obviously had a great half running and being physical, but there was some great finesse throwing on that drive too. So, you know, really showing his skills.
St. Mary's looks like they're just in a kneel-down formation at their own 31-yard line. Kralik takes a step back, takes a knee, and that will be the final play of our first half. St. Mary's took a 6-0 lead. Legacy answers with 21 in a row, and the Sabres lead here by 15 at halftime. We'll come back with our Premier Chiropractic halftime show as they're focused on the health, the Minot and surrounding areas, offering you the most advanced, cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. That's Premier Chiropractic. Halftime next. BNC Bank scoreboard at the break. It's Legacy 21, St. Mary's 6. Back with our halftime show after this timeout on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that the magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. Don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on. First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Hi, we're back at the Sanford Sports Complex in Northeast Bismarck. Legacy on top on your BNC Bank scoreboard, 21-6 at halftime. We'll get to the halftime numbers in a moment, brought to you by Premier Chiropractic, Drs. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, Dr. Becky Perry-Domries. No relation there, by the way. Can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. Myron Scholes, Todd Domries, Landon Domries back at our PSP Network broadcast booth. St. Mary's turned what looked like a terrible start to their opening drive, and then they went all the way down the field and cashed it in, and then it was all Legacy after that.
Yeah, I think, a couple things is, one thing is Legacy after that started challenging those outside routes a little bit more. They were playing real soft, what we call cover 4, where people are playing off and soft and playing quarters of the field, started challenging a little bit more, and that's caused a little bit of stress on St. Mary's. And then Legacy's just able to run the ball. The equation of adding the extra blocker and Logan Miller being physical, and then now they got Carl Henry rolling a little bit too. So it's just a little bit more physical, and St. Mary's got to find a way to answer to that. And sometimes the answer can be slanting or line movements or blitzing, or at least make them throw the ball.
Yeah, we'll have a BNC scoreboard update. We'll run through the first half stats. But first, we can tell you our upcoming PSP Network schedule looks like this. Next Tuesday, we'll have volleyball Legacy at Minot. And then next Thursday, because there's no school Thursday and Friday for the high school kids, got Thursday night football on the PSP Network. Minot at West Fargo and Bismarck High at Century, or Bismarck High and Century from the Community Bowl. But Century will be the home team, as the Demons and the Patriots will do battle one more time. So doubleheader next Thursday. That'll be the final night of 2A football, and a lot of things to settle yet. As interesting scoreboard update coming here in just a moment, as we'll take a timeout. Stats and a BNC scoreboard update are next. At the break, it is Legacy 21, St. Mary's 6. More after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster. Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone. Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom. Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying. The trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Survey and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
Now we're back at halftime as we're on our Premier Chiropractic halftime show. Legacy on top of St. Mary's 21-6 here in this 2A football matchup. Yeah, the numbers always tell a story. Here's your Premier Chiropractic halftime stats. St. Mary's rushes it 10 times for a minus 32 yards in the first half. They throw it for 147 yards, 115 yards of total offense for the St. Mary's Saints. Legacy, boy, they put up some numbers. In the first half, Legacy ends up, do some quick math here, as I forgot to do it all the way, Myron, but 27 carries for 247 yards, 94 yards through the air, 341 yards of offense in the first half for the Legacy Sabres.
The other thing that says is number 3, the 2 fumbles and the interception of what make it where, if St. Mary's can get a score here, they're right back in it, whereas if those wouldn't have happened, this game would be.
It could be a running clock.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, getting out of it.
Yeah, here individually it looks like this. St. Mary's, we said nothing going on the ground. Kralik was the story offensively as he throws it 18 times, completes 11, 147 yards, 1 TD. As his receivers, Matt Porter has 4 catches for 40 yards. Gavin Miller, 3 grabs for 36. Caden Willer, 3 for 63 and a touchdown. Jackson Ross, 1 catch for 8 yards. St. Mary's punts it 5 times. They were penalized twice, and the Saints did not turn it over in the first half. Legacy gets a big first half from Logan Miller. I tell you what, 14 carries, 150 yards, and a touchdown on the ground for Logan Miller. He throws it 4 out of 8 in the first half, 2 TDs in the air, so Miller accounts for all 3 Legacy touchdowns in the first half, 94 yards passing. Carl Henry chips in 97 yards on the ground with 13 carries. And then receiving, you had Wyatt Kraft with a 40-yard touchdown. Reception, Evan Hoffer, 2 catches for 38 yards and a TD. And Vegas George, 1 catch for 18 yards. Legacy was penalized twice, and they had a fumble and 2 interceptions in that first half. So outside of those 3 turnovers, not a lot went wrong in the first 24 minutes of play for the Sabres. All right, here's that BNC Bank scoreboard update as we promised. Is BNC National Bank with locations in North Dakota, Minnesota, Arizona. Provide you with the banking and wealth management services for your business and family. You can visit BNC Bank online today at bnc.bank. Of course, here, Legacy on top of St. Mary's, 21-6. Across town, Mandan in the second quarter leads Shanley 21-0, but the Deacons are threatening, so that score could change. Minot on top of Williston, 18-0. And Century with a first quarter lead over Fargo Davies, 7-0. No report in from Cheyenne at Bismarck High or Fargo North at West Fargo. There's your halftime BNC scoreboard update. All right, we're just about set for second half action here. One more timeout. We'll come back and kick it off. Legacy will have the football first, and the Sabres lead by 15. We'll take a break. Second half action up next on the PSP Network. Halftime score, it's Legacy 21, St. Mary's 6.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus Plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. High right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. High right, 40 power?
No.
You don't want that one either? All right, go kickoff. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on. First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Todd Darmers, Myron Scholes back at the PSP Network broadcast booth, Sanford Sports Complex. Legacy will receive. Hey, Myron, we didn't get a chance to talk about this yet, but St. Mary's the lone football team in North Dakota that got moved up in classification. Obviously, a great run since 2008 when they moved from AAA down to AA, including 7 trips to the Dakota Bowl and 5 championships. What have you seen now as Legacy leads here at halftime, 21-6? What have you seen out of St. Mary's as they've gone back to play against the biggest schools in North Dakota?
That's kind of hard a little bit because it's cyclical. It's this year's class maybe versus last year's class and things. So I think one thing is you run into his numbers, bigger enrollments at schools, and right now tonight what you see is just a little bit more depth and a little bigger, stronger lineman is kind of maybe the difference right now.
Squib kick picked up by an up man, and there goes Wyatt Kraft. That might not be a guy as an up man that you really want to kick it to. Is Kraft is a talented receiver. You end up getting Tristan Will is what do you got going on there, Myron? Back in action. We don't have any FCC guidelines on the PSP network, so Wyatt Kraft returns that kickoff for the Legacy Sabres, and here comes that Sabre offense. Wetstein, Arntz, Crow, Wald, and Leno up front. Kraft, Urlacher, wideouts. Vegas George, your tight end. Henry, Wald, the tailback and the fullback, and Logan Miller, your QB. 1st and 10. Handoff Logan Henry. Off the right tackle. And he's into space again. Cranks his way into St. Mary's territory. And that's a quick 14. Logan Herman hanging on for dear life.
NDSU's power play, but Carl Henry hit the whole full steam and very physical runner.
113 yards as Legacy's now got 200-yard backs on the night. And there he goes again. This time it's Wald, like a freight train to the 30, 20. He's gone, 10-5, touchdown. Mitchell Wald, 47-yard house call.
Old-fashioned Hank Beju would love that play, the old fullback trap. You don't see it anymore because no one runs a true fullback right behind the quarterback. So fullback trap, big out the gate, quick hitter, impressive run, big physical fullback.
Mitchell Wald still celebrating as he comes to the sideline. Mitchell Wald with his first touchdown of the season as Reese Snow tacks on another extra point. 47 yards, and nobody was catching him either, Myron.
Oh, he was on, I don't know if you'd want to. That's a business decision. He's a big, thick, strong man with a full head of steam. So that's kind of the dagger. You get talking to these talking heads, listen to them at games like on ESPN, and it's teams that go score right before the half and then come out and score the first series. And, what a change that is. So, and you can see that right now. It's, there's still time. It's just that it's a big mountain to overcome now.
2 plays in Legacy. Takes it 61 yards for a TD on their first possession here in the second half. It's 28 unanswered for the Legacy Sabres, and that one didn't take long. 34 seconds into the second half, and Legacy gets a 47-yard TD run. Mitchell Wald, could be his first career touchdown. I don't remember him having one last year. I don't have Legacy stats from last year in front of me, but Mitchell Wald with his first TD of this season, so... Yeah, there's Reese Snow's in-swing kickoff, and boy, that thing danced on that far sideline as it finally goes out of bounds. And that'll give St. Mary's good field position out to the 30, out to the 35.
Yeah, those are tricky ones. You don't know, because you don't want to catch it going to the bounce on the 2-yard line, so you let it roll. But if it doesn't go out, you got to get that ball and get a return. So that was a tough decision for that returner.
St. Mary's clinging to that number 8 spot in the QRF rankings, and tonight is not going the Saints' way as they jumped up on top, but now it's Legacy on top by 22 here, just starting the third quarter.
And they're back in their 4 wide out set.
Couple receivers left, couple to the right of Thomas Crawley. Hard count, and did somebody flinch for St. Mary's? Yep. You had 10 guys going on 2, and that one guy going on 1, and it's going to set St. Mary's back 5.
Legacy's been blitzing their inside linebackers quite a bit tonight. You saw Jackson Kellogg sneaking up and rolling up with a snap count there. Probably in blitz mode. That might cause you to come out of your stance a little early.
Yeah, reminder after the game, we'll have our Move of the Game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. You can help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. Handoff, Paul Vetter right down Broadway. Shakes one tackle, leans ahead for a couple yards out to the 33. I got a leading candidate in the clubhouse for that Jobbers Move of the Game. That could be that 47-yard house call there for Mitchell Wald. Could be the leading candidate right now as Legacy's Ben Watson's credited with the tackle there against Paul Vetter.
So last play, he was trying to spread them out with that 4 wide and then sneak the inside run.
St. Mary's will motion to trips to the right. Kralik rolling right, looking into the flat. Legacy, is that diagnosed nicely, is Kralik's going to have to float that thing into the sideline, intended for Matt Porter, covered there by Isaac Mitchell at the sticks. Incomplete.
Running their sprint out, roll out package again, and just good coverage. One thing that you can tell that Legacy's worked on hard is that they saw this package, so they're working hard to get contained. And then you really see the receivers, the DBs matching their guy up when it comes into the zone.
Porter and Miller wide to the right. Couple receivers at the top of the screen, wide left. 3rd and 12 for St. Mary's. The wind has completely died down now here as Kralik this time's got good time in the pocket. Now he runs out of time, and he is swallowed up. You get 1, 2, 3 Sabres back there, headlined by Vegas George.
Yeah, that's not a half a sack. That's a third of a sack for each one of those. There was 3 that got there all at the same time.
They've had a lot of guys back there. Wetstein has a sack. Visca has a sack. George has a sack now. Arntz might have got a half a sack there. Legacies look like they're coming after this. Willer gets it away. Low line driving kick into the St. Mary's bench. And where are they going to mark that out at?
Still walking.
It's the mountain climber on The Price is Right. And they do mark it at the 44-yard line, so it's a 20-yard punt for Caden Willer. And now this is danger time here as Legacy has got all Uncle Mo in their favor, and they've been running the ball with authority here in the football game. And I would suspect you might get a heavy dose of it again.
I would expect a lot use of the clock, getting all the way down to the and heavy run game.
10:19 to play in the third quarter. Legacy on top, 28-6. Legacy in plus territory. Quick hitter. Get a block on the edge for Wyatt Kraft. Darts around one man, and then he's shirt tackled down, but that's going to be a first down. Is St. Mary's Sam Fedorchuk wrestles, and now a late flag comes in.
Well, we were totally thinking different than the Legacy offensive coordinator. They come out with the bubble screen, open it up.
Yeah, you get an 11-yard completion and a very late flag, so we'll have to sort this out. I didn't see anything happen there unless it was a horse collar maybe.
Yeah, I didn't see any extracurriculars that you could see. Waving it off.
Wave it off, okay. Well, of course we didn't see anything. There was nothing there. 11-yard completion. First pass of the second half for the Sabres.
Sometimes when you can't see it, it's something they said, and you couldn't hear it from up in the box.
Yeah, that could very well be. 1st and 10, Sabres. Nearing the Serve Pro red zone is Legacy again. Ooh, this time Legacy is jackknifed down as Logan Herman comes in there and submarines Logan Miller.
And all that is it's quarterback power. I mean, they block down, create a wall. Running back kicks out the edge, and they pull the backside guard through. It's a famous NDSU play. You'll see it against the Jackrabbits tomorrow. But it's a designed quarterback run all the way.
And Legacy gets whistled for a hold. And that'll set them back 10. Third penalty of the night for Legacy. Well, we mentioned next action for the Sabres. They'll be at Fargo Davies next week. Tough game for St. Mary's as well, as they will be at Fargo Shanley a week, not quite a week, next Thursday.
The Catholic Bowl.
Yep. We'll have some holy water at that one. Wide side run this time. Miller hands it off to Henry, and he can't get away, as that's Paul Vetter, TFL.
Yeah, it's good by Henry just to get back to the line of scrimmage, because that Vetter was coming off the edge. With the edge he was being asked to run to unabated.
Now you get Vegas George coming off from his tight end position. Legacy's going to spread it out. 2nd down and 21. Couple receivers to either side. Now they'll motion to trips. Urlacher in motion. Miller is back to pass. St. Mary's going to come with the blitz. Oh, it's a middle screen. Oh, that was set up, but somehow it dripped off the hands of Carl Henry. That could have went a long way.
He's going to hate seeing that in the film room tomorrow. He puts his hands on that. He turned around. He had a whole wall of blockers. That's one of the things on that one. We kind of used to teach our D-line that if you get through that clean, we used to say, you're not that good. They let you through for a reason. Turn you around and run back the other way. So that's what happened. They let them all come middle screen. They had it set up.
And then you get a procedure penalty against Legacy. Almost had a formation or something that wasn't right, as that's declined. And so now it sets up 3rd down and 21. Yeah, he would have had a convoy, Carl Henry. He would have came back with a penalty, however. As now you just get a handoff, off tackle. There goes Henry into space, 35-30. He's going to get a 1st down on this? Oh, baby. A 1st down for Carl Henry. 3rd and 21. You go off tackle and pick up 25.
Maybe he was upset he dropped that screen pass. Physical, hard-nosed, runs behind his pads. Impressive running back.
Jackson Ross on the stop, and into the Serve Pro red zone goes Legacy. Tell you what, Carl Henry's going to catch Logan Miller. Miller's got 150 yards rushing. Carl Henry with 137 now. And
who's in at the running back spot?
Yeah, you got Tristan Will in there, backup running back. It's going to be a keeper for Logan Miller. Dancing, cutting, driving. Oh, making people miss to the goal line. Touchdown! Derek Rude had a chance to get him, but Logan Miller takes it in from 18 yards out. Little icing on the cake for the Sabres.
Very physical, but also little shiftiness showing on that one too. So both not afraid of contact, physical north-south runners with a little bit of wiggle.
Well, that'll put us just about into a running clock situation. You get Luke Gator out there to attempt the extra point. Reese Snow looks like he's going to have the night off. Snap back, hold down, kick up. Gator slings it through. Legacy can do no wrong, and we'll take a touchdown timeout. Legacy 35, St. Mary 6. TD on the board for the Sabres. We're back after this touchdown break on the PSP Network.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Logan Miller just accounted for his 4th TD of the night. 3 on the ground, 1 in the air. Check that. 2 on the ground now, 2 in the air. Kickoff by Legacy. Fielded by Sam Fedorchak to the 20. And he's belted down at the 24-yard line. Special team stop for Blaze Burtness.
That was interesting. He was right behind his wall, and then he just kind of sat there. Then all of a sudden, edge pressure. The defense was running hard, and the returner was kind of still. That was good height on that extra point by number 34 in those blaze orange shoes. I think he's ready for his hunting season.
Yeah, Luke Gator. Well, an updated score in from Davies has Century and Davies tied up at 7 with 3 minutes left in the first half. So, good one brewing over there. And with 8:17 to play here in the third quarter, St. Mary's takes over 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Kralik out of the gun. Sprint out to his left. He's got Gavin Miller. Catch in space. Turns it up the sidelines. Isaac Mitchell will shove him out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. I'd be short of that by a couple, 33-yard line. Give him 8.
Legacy being super aggressive now. They were in just a man-to-man defense, adding guys to the box and really challenging them.
155 yards passing for Thomas Kralik tonight. Gavin Miller just had his 4th catch. Trips to the right. 2nd down and 1. Legacy looks like they're coming on a blitz. Quick hitter. Oh, the receiver wasn't looking. As St. Mary's was looking there for Jackson Richter. And boy, he might have been gone if he'd have turned his head around and just saw the football coming.
Yeah, he was into an uncovered seam, uncovered receiver.
You can hear the Legacy coaches like, hey, you got him, you got him, you got him. What are you doing?
Yeah, it was a coverage bust. It could have been a good opportunity for St. Mary's.
8:08 to play here, third quarter. Clock stops with Legacy on top 35-6. 3rd and a yard for St. Mary's. Legacy once again crowding that line of scrimmage. Rolling right, now throwing it. Nice place play. Quick hitter as Kralik fires it into Matt Porter. Catches it at the 42, gain of 9. Stopped there by Urlacher of Legacy.
And when they do strike and they hit those routes, I mean, they get 12, 13 at a time. So it used to be the Schmeeker, 3 yards was a good play. 3, 1st down, And now it's 1 out of the 3 plays. We just got to get 13 on those and move the chains.
It adds up to the same, right? Maybe not quite as pretty, but some people I'm sure like it. St. Mary's gets a new set of downs from their own 42-yard line. Motion by Richter. Sprint out right. Flipping it is Kralik. Gavin Miller has it. Good tackle in space that time. Isaac Mitchell, the free safety. Makes that a short catch for Gavin Miller of a couple yards.
That's always one of the goals, his defense was to tackle them before they become a ball carrier, before they can start making moves and they can start, becoming athletic in space. It's okay for them to catch it, but just tackle them before they can become explosive.
Minor F the Game fans, we'll have our player of the game brought to you by Sport Clips. Keep you looking your best. Check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. 2nd and 8, St. Mary's with near side motion. Richter now comes over to Twins right. Handoff Vetter. Tries to get to the boundary. Ooh, and here comes that Legacy defense. Getting in there was Jackson Kellogg.
Paul Vetter on the carry for the Saints. He stopped by
And also, hey, but Ben Watson's been in a lot of plays too. That number 9 has been in a lot of stops. Him and Kellogg that time did the honors. Loss of 2.
And you really notice Watson because he's not on our 2 deep, so we got to go to the big schedule to find him. We've been finding that a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, he's coming in at that outside linebacker position. You've had Jared Frank in that outside backer position along with Ben Watson a lot tonight. Got Biska and Jackson Kellogg in the middle linebacker spots. Kralik back to pass. Legacy comes on the blitz. In traffic, Kralik looking there for his intended receiver, Maddox Doppler. And he was in traffic as Aaron Urlacher had good coverage on him.
Yeah, it was a tight window there. There was 3 guys around him deciding if you want to make that catch in traffic or not.
Legacy forces St. Mary's into another punting situation. Caden Willer back to do the honors. Wyatt Kraft back to receive one more time. Snap back, punches away. Willer, high wobbling kick. Kraft runs up, singles for a fair catch, grabs it successfully at his 29-yard line. Ends up being a 29-yard punt for Caden Willer, no return. Yeah, I'll get a chance to tell you that tonight's game brought to you in part by Northern Plains Heating and Air. Factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. Get started today at mynotbraces.com with a free virtual consultation. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Jersey Mike's. You can vote for this week's Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. Little misdirection, another trap play going to Mitchell Wald. And he's jackknifed down after a couple 3-yard gain. Paul Vetter hit him down low.
Yeah, that's the fullback trap. They just work a guard and center, work a double team back, and then they pull the other side guard around and trap the defensive end that they didn't block. And it's an old school play that you just don't see very much more because of the way people run their formations.
Handoff to Tristan Will. He's got some speed. He's got some space. That's a big run. Legacy gashing this St. Mary's defense. Penalty flag is down, however, as Matt Porter has the stop. And I think this one's coming back. Yep, you get a hold, so that negates. It would have been about a 30-yard run for Tristan Will. Will's been getting a few carries, got 11 carries, 41, make it 43 yards on the season. That's third high on the team behind Carl Henry and Logan Miller, obviously 1 and 2. Tristan Will, that backup tailback for Legacy, showed a burst there.
Yeah, it's one of those psychology things. He's super excited to play and carry that ball, and he's as jazzed, whereas the St. Mary's team's out there down by several points with not quite the same attitude.
Toss wide side. Tristan Will this time tries to cut it back. Carries a couple tacklers for a few yards. Got back to about the 30-yard line. Give him 6. Derek Rude stacks him up there.
So you got 3rd and long, up by 29 points. See how, last time just the power run game by Henry was able to get a first down of this length.
Nice crowd has filed in here. Got a good contingent of St. Mary's fans, a lot of Legacy folks, good student sections. Miller's going to have it on a keeper. 3rd and long, and Miller just about got there. Is going to be tripped up at the 38-yard line, picks up 8.
Now, was that unbalanced formation? They had the tight end and then 3 receivers on that side. So they got an extra block over there. They're going to go for it.
4th and 1. I guess if you're up by 29 with 4 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, minus territory from your own 39-yard line in the first ever matchup with St. Mary's,
and
why not?
And you're setting an attitude that we can get 1 yard whenever we want to. Here's that push-shove play we saw earlier.
And they went to the surf, and I think they got it. Yep. They did indeed get close to the 40-yard line. They just had to get to the 39. So that'll be a touchdown a first down for Legacy.
They definitely didn't get the surge they did last time, but that's the Bush push. That's the walled push. They run a quarterback sneak and get a push by that big fullback linebacker, Mitch Wald.
17 carries, 178 yards now for Logan Miller. A couple touchdowns. There's the clock climbs down now to 3:20 to play in the contest. Handoff Tristan Will. Boy, he's going right behind his blockers. Now he cuts it back. Now he turns it up. Now he carries tacklers. He's a man on a mission. Jackson Richter hauls him down. 22, make it 23 yards for Tristan Will.
You know the big Rams up front are doing a good job when he can be that patient and calm, pressing the hole, and then not even get touched until eight yards deep.
Yeah, and then a great job by Tristan Will, just kind of keep his hand on the derriere of his offensive lineman, just follow him right in the hole. Handoff, Mitchell Wald to the 30, 25. The big man is rumbling. Down to the 15-yard line, 22 more yards. Mitchell Wald tackled down by Gavin Miller.
Just a fullback trap play, like the old Mike Alstott.
I tell you what, these guys up front need a tip of the cap right now. Is Wettstein, Arntz, Crow, Connor Wald, and Landon Leno are paving the way for some ginormous holes right now for the Sabres. Miller has an eye backfield behind him. New fullback into the game is Boston Bishke, and it's going to be a handoff for Tristan Will. Off left tackle, he's spilled as he gets inside the 15-yard line. Mark him down at the 14, but still, that's a couple 2-3 yards. John Richter, Logan Herman in there to knife him down.
Coach Voorhees will have to, a former Hammerhead himself, will probably have to have the boys over for a pasta dinner after tonight's. Can't take them to the buffet anymore because we don't have a buffet in town. The old country buffet left us.
Tristan Will, 3 carries, now 31 yards. Into the Serve Pro red zone goes Legacy, and now flag flies as they do hand it off to Boston Bishke. Logan Herman credited with another tackle for St. Mary's. I have a feeling this can be another hold on Legacy.
And just ran the fullback trap again.
Yep. The game has been impressive tonight for Legacy, but 3 turnovers and now 5 penalties, so it hasn't been completely mistake-free for the black-shirted Sabres tonight. As now you get Legacy facing a 2nd down and 8. Back to pass. Nope. They got a little draw, and twisting and turning his way off of a couple tackles is Tristan Will. He's going to get about 5 of those yards back, maybe 4.
That was an interesting play. We used to call that wham. So they'd leave somebody unblocked, and they brought a guy from the outside. It was like a reverse trap him in, and he's not used to it getting blocked from the outside on that. So a little different blocking scheme. One thing they dug out of their playbook on the last play.
Myron Legacy is closing in on 400 yards rushing. They might be there. I'm going to do some quick math here, but 3rd and long. Handoff. Oh, there goes Tristan Will. 10. Down to the 5. Touchdown! 22 yards. 6 more for the Sabres.
Very physical run, but also as a defender, you got to bring the arms. You got to shoot the double uppercuts. You got to wrap up. Do anything you can to get him to the deck. So he just didn't bring that, just bumped into him, and Henry bounced off and got into the end zone.
1:02 to play here in the 3rd quarter, and now we'll have a running clock provision as Tristan Will, 22 yards to the house. And now you're going to bring in rotating kickers. As you got Gator kicking a moment ago, and now you get Reese Snow snipering another one in, and a touchdown timeout. 42-6 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. It's all Legacy here from the Sanford Sports Complex in Northeast Bismarck. Touchdown timeout. Back with the 3rd quarter here after this break on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Well, we mentioned legacy as Logan Miller and Carl Henry have carried it for 300 yards between them, and Tristan Will and Mitchell Wald are up over 100. So you don't have to be a CPA to figure out that's more than 400 yards rushing right there for legacy tonight. That'll get it done.
And we got a quarter left, so
yeah,
that's impressive.
Reese Snow with the ensuing kickoff. High, short kick. And St. Mary's calls for a fair catch. Get a flag, and it's going to be an offside on Legacy. Ryan Kemple, the backup tight end for St. Mary's, and an up man fielded that successfully, and St. Mary's is going to push Legacy back 5 and make them kick it again. You know, you'll see a 300 and a 400-yard passing day sometimes, but, man, you don't rush for 400 yards very often.
No, usually what you do is because everyone just works on it so much, they add people to the box and they take it away and make you throw. So it's it's a little bit more depth and more physical opponent.
Kick by St. Mary's, fielded by Fedorchuk at the 25 to the 30, 35, and he spilled and stuck down at the 36-yard line. Legacy on the special team smackdown. Yeah, we couldn't get a number on that, but that's all right. Might have been 26. Might have been Talon Farland on the special team stop for Legacy. And now I still see a couple of the you might have the linebackers in there, but you got a bunch of new guys in there too. Got some new guys up front, and you're going to start seeing some of the reserves come into the game here as far side pass is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Jackson Ross at the 41-yard line. He can't connect with Thomas Kralik. Aiden Sagasser, backup corner, on the coverage.
He's running a double hitch route, and but a whole bunch of new jerseys on the field for Legacy right now. A bunch of guys get their chance to play, and then one of the things you're really trying to do is just not to lower your standard. You're still running your scheme, you're still playing hard, and obviously St. Mary's just wants to salvage some success going into next week. There's still huge games. I mean, next week's going to make the break for playoff possibilities.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. We'll take a quarter break, and we'll come back fourth quarter action next. BNC Bank scoreboard, 2A football tonight from Legacy. It's the Sabres 42, St. Mary's 6, fourth quarter after this break on the PSP Network.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
.42-6 Legacy in cruise control here. The Sabres look like they will improve to 5-3 on the season, and they will get a W, a much-needed W here in the QRF formula. St. Mary's, that's going to be, they were 8th coming into this week, so that's going to be close. So we'll see what happens with that new QRF formula. As here's the first play of the fourth quarter, and we get a penalty flag flying.
Got a Jackson Kellogg, a hard count, blitzing inside linebacker, was offsides. He was a little bit of hurry. Yeah, so what's still going to be huge is kind of the outcome of that Century Davies game is going to really figure into what St. Mary's has laying ahead of them after this week.
Yeah, indeed, and see if we can get an update on that one. Still last report from Davies had that game tied at 7 late in the first half. Right in front of the Legacy bench, Kralik connects with Maddox Doppler, the big tight end. Catch for the senior tonight, out to the 49-yard line, gain of 8. Sagasser, the corner on the stop for Legacy.
Driven out of bounds on the 49-yard line. It's enough for a St. Mary's first down.
On 1st and 5, the Saints get a first down, 9-yard pitch and catch. First catch of the night for Maddox Doppler. Give him 9.
And, you know, Kralik 6'4". He's got good throwing mechanics. You know, he's a potential college recruit, I would say.
Legacy looks like they're coming again. Note they just rushed 4. Kralik's going to go deep down the far sideline, and he's going to overshoot his intended receiver. Back deep, the coverage there was by Isaac Mitchell. Saints looking for Matt Porter again. Boy, the one thing we haven't had a lot tonight is haven't had too many Hub International Insurance timeouts on the field tonight. Maybe late in the first half, we kind of kept a few of them here, but our thanks to the folks at Hub for bringing you our timeouts each and every night. Josh Cattell, Michael Borman, you can contact them at 355-3100, or you can visit them at 4204 Boulder Ridge Road in Northwest Bismarck.
You see they kept number 3 on the field to make sure they get them all in the right coverage and the right checks. He's the quarterback of the defense for these young kids.
Yeah, still got Jackson Kellogg, who's coming on a blitz as well. Kralik this time double pumping and slips out of a tackle, but he can't get away. It's going to be Visca, I think, on this. Yep, Alex Visca on the, going to be credited for a sack, his second of the night. Kralik did not get back to the line of scrimmage, loss of 1 on the play.
That's where you see that running clock, incomplete pass, and just keeps rolling. But St. Mary's can just keep going after it, try to, you know, 3rd and long, don't matter. Go for it again on 4th if you need to. Just try to get a score.
Take it all the way back to the first quarter. St. Mary's took the opening drive of the game, went down and scored. Kralik to Caden Willer. St. Mary's had a lead, but, man, it's been all Legacy since then. Rolling out, near side hitch. Jackson Ross has it. First down completion to the Legacy 40-yard line. Give them 11 on 3rd and 10. Ben Watson with another stop for Legacy.
Doppler had a good job of knowing where the sticks were there. Get that first down. You love to see the fight. Just keep playing, keep playing. It's just the process.
Second catch of the night for senior Jackson Ross. Kralik up to 188 yards passing. How about the start of the night for Kralik? He went 6 for 9 on that opening drive. Hit Willer on that touchdown, and St. Mary's had a lead. Trips to the right, 1 receiver left. High snap, Kralik has it. Flips it into the flat, but that's going to be short of his tight end. Yeah, that's going to be Maddox Doppler. A late flag come in. Coverage there by Hayden Emter, and that might have been a late hit.
If you watch Kralik now, he's limping a little bit. He's favoring one of his legs, and he's taking a little bit of beating as the game's gone on.
Get a personal foul, roughing the pass. Oh, Zebra, you got to go the other way. You're going to march 15-yard personal foul and take it the other way. The white hat caught him. He said, no, we're going the other way.
He's the Jim Marshall of officials.
We were doing a game the other night, and a guy was scrambling around, made a play. I said, that's Fran Tarkenton. I was working the game with Josh Cattell. He's like, how about Kyler Murray? let's keep it real for most of our listeners. Jim Marshall, holy moly. Kralik rolling out to his right. Looking. Finally throws it far sideline. Boy, he held on to that baby for a long time. Completes the pass to Matt Porter again. Shoved out of bounds there by Hayden Emter. Short gain on the play of 4. That's the 30th pass attempt of the night for Thomas Kralik.
Definitely got a smooth throwing motion, Kralik does. Gets it high, keeps it high, throws it high. Good upper body mechanics.
A good baseball player. Kralik had a good summer for the Governors. 3rd and short as St. Mary's has entered the Serve Pro red zone. Near side, Jackson Ross has it. He's got a first down. Down to the 12 goes Ross before he's pinned down there by Braxton Wergler.
Those are good balls. We call them 1 balls. That means they're on a rope. They're good timing. They're delivered before the DB can recover on that V cut, and they're good ball placement. He's put him on that outside shoulder. Those are impressive throws.
St. Mary's in that Serve Pro red zone. They got trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro bringing you our red zone. Play action. Nope. Handoff. And darting through a hole. Paul Vetter drives it down in his best run of the night, down to the 5-yard line. Give him 7. Tackled by Boston Bishke of Legacy.
You can tell that Legacy maybe gone to sleep a little bit on the passing game. I mean, the run game. They've been so many pass. They snuck that quick hitter in there.
Yeah, Vetter gets 7, and he's now got 7 carries for a positive 2 yards. He was in the negative most of the night. Miller and Porter wide to the right. Ross, Richter down at the bottom of the screen. Fade pattern, Jackson Ross. Oh, he tried to one-handed. He was tangled up with the defender.
What was impressive then is he doesn't have very much time to run that route. It's how quickly the quarterback got it, one-stepped it, and threw it. You're just understanding that, you know, the timing of it. You don't have time to hold on to it very long. That was impressive.
And Jackson Ross looking for his first touchdown reception of the season. Now you got 3rd and 3. Saints knocking on the door here from the Legacy 5-yard line. They got to get to the 2 for a first down. Couple receivers to each side. Kralik, Vetter besides him. Vetter picks up the blitz. Ooh, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver there. Out of the backfield was Aiden Price. Hayden Empter on the coverage. Boy, a lot of fans will remember that Aiden Price name. He's got 1 catch on the season. That was the game winner against Bismarck High.
that was a week of fame for sure. That was all over the papers and news and highlights, social media all week. Should have had that one though. That was a speed out where he had leverage on the guy. Just looked up field before he secured and burned his eyes to the catch.
Well, St. Mary's got to go for it, obviously. 4th and 3 from the 5. Legacy's come on the blitz. They pick it up. St. Mary's, oh, in and out of the hands. They were going for a first down at about the 2. In and out of the hands of Leighton Vetter. Bishke on the coverage, and on downs, that impressive St. Mary's drive comes to an end.
Legacy will take over on downs on their own 5-yard line.
It was still an impressive drive, and it showed a lot of fight.
Hey, fans, tonight's game brought to you in part by Planet Pizza. Proudly serving the Magic City for 25 years. 30-inch galactic pizzas out of this world. You can contact them at 852-1700. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Find them online at rogerwardmovingandStorage.com to schedule a move or to find a quote. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by the UPS store. They're located on South Broadway in Minot, at the Marketplace Foods Plaza. Contact them for all your packing and shipping needs. Got a whole new cast of characters in here now for Legacy. And you're going to get a handoff to the new running back in there for Legacy, who is Hayden Lancaster. Jackson Richter has the stick for St. Mary's.
You have to dig down your roster a little bit on this drive.
The short game brings up 2nd down and 7.
Lancaster picks up 3. And you got a new Legacy quarterback in there as well, who happens to be Isaac Mitchell. Plays a little free safety for the Sabres. And Mitchell, that was a broken play, but somehow Mitchell wedges his way out of there, and the rushing game just continues to churn out yardage. I think broken plays even get 10 for Legacy. Tyler Heen on the stop for St. Mary's, but not before Isaac Mitchell picks up 10.
Yeah, a fumble, pick up your fumble and roll forward. Should not be a 10-yard gain versus you.
Well, that clock is just eating away, that running clock. That maybe doesn't stop, and we're down to 3:30 to play. Minor after the game, we'll have our Shots Crossroads Planning Team Financial post-game show. Lancaster gets a toss. Oh, ball's loose. And it's on the turf, and St. Mary's has it. St. Mary's has the fumble. Recovered on the play by James Marks as Lancaster coughs it up, and that's 4 turnovers for Legacy, and they're ahead 42-6.
And they ran a play that hadn't really ran all day, just a quick toss. Didn't secure it. So I guess the running back coach next week's going to have some drills, maybe the one with a boxing glove on a stick, and they have to work on their ball security a little bit. Wrist above the elbow, 5 points of pressure, claw, all those fun things.
Legacy now gets the defense out there, and St. Mary's, do they still got that starting unit out there? I think they do. Saints looking to cash in off of that Legacy turnover. Twins left, Twins right. Handoff straight ahead. Ooh, tiptoeing into the hole was St. Mary's' Cameron Naslund, and he didn't get a yard. Matter of fact, he lost one.
For the Sabres.
Cameron Naslund loses a couple. I think it was Ellingson, if I heard right. Might have been 74. Preston Ellingson on the stick from his D-line position for Legacy. 2nd and 12. Naslund standing beside Kralik. Back to pass is Kralik. Looks right. Deep down the sideline, and just past the outstretched hands, but you're going to get an arm bar. Matt Porter was the intended receiver, and Sagasser got tangled up with him. Did Aiden Sagasser, the senior DB? Yeah, I think that's going to be a PI.
Give him a 1st and 10.
That's going to be 7 penalties tonight on Legacy.
You know, some of them you can live with. The ones that are bam, bam, it's the ones before or after the whistle. Like that one there, the kid's playing aggressive, maybe a little bit too much, bumping, but it's when you jump off sides, when you're supposed to be blitzing from the linebacker position, and those are the ones you really got to clean up. But if you hound them too much about penalties, then they'll play scared and slow. So we try to always avoid the ones before and after the whistle.
Half the distance, penalty against Legacy. Kralik back to pass. This time he goes to the slant. Oh, Porter had it in his paws. Defense was close to him. I'll check that. That was not Porter. That was Nick Remick, the intended receiver. Sagasser on the coverage again.
That was good defense. He was right on him, draped on him. You can see Kralik really limping.
He's going to have to ice down his arm, too. That's 35 times he's chucked it up there tonight. It's unofficially, of course. I sometimes miss an incompleted pass occasionally, but Kralik's going to throw her out there again. Twins right, Twins left. Ooh, snap is down on the ground, and he has to just fall on it all the way back at the 21-yard line. Ellingson again will get credited for the sack. Stay rolled, snap back, and we're down to 1:38 to play.
Preston Ellingson on the stop for Legacy.
Ellingson gets a sack, and that's at least, that's the 6th sack of the night for Legacy. There might even be 1 or 2 more there.
And it's kind of the risk of being in 4 wideouts. You don't have very many protectors back there.
3rd and 19 from the 21. Kralik looks over the middle. Oh, he hits his man. Touchdown! Touchdown for St. Mary's. Aiden Price. All he does is catch touchdowns.
Play action pass, and that was a BB. That was a strike. That was a frozen rope. That was an impressive catch and impressive throw.
21 yards to the house. Price. That just makes the Demon people feel better. The only catch he had wasn't against Bismarck High. Is 21 yards for a touchdown. Kralik has his 2nd of the night.
He's 2.
St. Mary's going to send out Easton Heinert out there, and he slams that extra point through. We'll take a touchdown timeout. New score from the Sanford Complex. Legacy 42, St. Mary's 13, and a touchdown timeout on the PSP Network.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability. For all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs, your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying. The trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at AckermanEsvold.com.
Aiden Price gets his second touchdown of the season for St. Mary's. Thomas Kralik with his. Tonight he's got his 8th and 9th TD passes of the campaign. Minor, stay tuned after the game. Our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads Postgame. We'll get a word from head coach Chris Clements tonight. Get a word from most likely Logan Miller for Legacy. Stay tuned for that, as Legacy is going to win their 5th game of the season. Kickoff to the sideline, and stepping out of bounds was Legacy's Talon Farland. And I tell you what, as a senior, you get back there and kick return, and you accidentally step on the sideline with a chance to return it, and you're just kicking yourself right now.
Yeah, those are the opportunities and things you remember. I just heard a guy talking that was they were down like to their 3rd-string quarterback in the NFL, and he was like a receiver, hadn't played since college, and he was just praying to get the chance to play a little memory, that return, playing that position, getting that memory in a game.
All right, one kneel down here for Legacy, and this one's going to go final. Just 14 seconds remaining. Legacy's going to improve to 5-3 on the season. St. Mary's going to fall to 3-5, and the Sabres with an impressive victory on senior night tonight, as they're going to win this one 42-13. Just a formality of a kneel down, and that'll do it. All right, fans, stay tuned. Our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame, comes up next. Final score, Legacy 42, St. Mary's 13. Postgame show on the PSP network after this break.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster. Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone. Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
Right.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at AckermanEsvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at AckermanEsvold.com.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
All right, you got it, Myron? You got that live game on there? All right, sounds good. Back in our Shots Crossroads Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. Coach, you got down early, showed some good moxie, and boy, you really played a physical football game, got that ground game going tonight.
We got a horse in the backfield, and we found out tonight we got a couple of them. If you add Miller in there, I mean, he's a 200-pound kid running the football too, and then you put Mitchell Wald and Tristan Will. I mean, they're all seniors that can run the football, and I thought our line did an excellent job. Coach Breitbach did an excellent job of scheming them up front, and we found some stuff that was working, and it's nice to run the football.
Yeah, 400 yards rushing tonight. Let's talk about the defense. First drive, St. Mary's goes down, had some things working, but boy, you guys changed up the coverage a little bit and did a nice job the rest of the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one thing, Shanley, St. Mary, or Century last week, St. Mary's tonight, we in our 4-man front, we need another DB on the field. And played coverage well after that, and was allowed us to have a 5-man box up front and get after the quarterback a little bit too. So it was that I'm really happy with the kids, the way they responded after their first score.
Yeah, especially in-game adjustments. Those aren't always easy to make. So, hey, 5 wins in the season now, 1 more to go. Road trip next weekend. Hey, it's crunch time, right?
Well, yeah, going to Davies is crunch time. But, they're going to be a good football team and, lick our wounds, get a little bit healthy, and hopefully have a good week of practice and propel us into the postseason.
Yeah, congratulations. Nice game tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that's Coach Clements. We're going to get Logan Miller in here. What a game for him. Counts for 4 touchdowns tonight. Does the senior QB for Legacy. All right. Hey, great game tonight, Logan. Thank you, sir. I tell you what, you had to have some fun out there tonight. Couple of touchdowns rushing, couple of touchdowns throwing tonight. Well, first let's talk about the ground game. I mean, what was working? I mean, you guys had some big lanes to run through tonight.
Absolutely. My line did an amazing job tonight. Blocking, pulling. My receivers did a great job on their responsibilities, and everybody did what they needed to do, and that's why I had those holes. So.
Yeah, and it seems like when you get a run, I mean, Carl's running hard, you're running hard. You guys had over 300 yards between the two of you. But when you get the ground game going for yourself, that seems like when this Legacy offense really starts to click.
Yeah, I think when we all work as a unit and we see our offense working like that, that's what really gets us going, and then we just roll from there. So,
is there any better feeling as a quarterback? Obviously, you're doing your thing tonight, running and throwing it. But is there any better feeling to hand it off and watch Mitchell Wald or Tristan Will do their thing?
I love Mitchell Wald. He works hard just like the rest of the team, and when he gets it on that little fullback, he works hard and he runs the field. I love to see that.
That had to be the biggest celebration of the night. I mean, when he hit Pater, that was awesome. So, hey, 1 more game to go. Big win tonight. You guys got some momentum going now. Talk us through that game at Legacy next week, and now you guys punch your ticket. You're in the playoffs now, so talk us through the rest of the way here.
So we had a past few rough quarters. We had to talk with the team, figure out what was wrong. I think we did a great job responding here, and now going on to Davies, we know that they're a really, really good team. So we got to bring it mentally and physically in practice this next week and show them what it's about. So,
hey, great game tonight. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck next Thursday.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that's Logan Miller. He called me sir. I like that. He's going to be one of our candidates for the player of the game tonight, folks. We'll come back with more. Our planning team, financial advisors, Shots, Crossroads postgame. More after this break on the PSP Network.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one, okay. I right, 40 power.
No.
You don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank. with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on. First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden french fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by...
Wondering whether you need wealth management? Wealth management is a multifaceted offering that should provide opportunities for growth and security. At BNC National Bank, we pride ourselves on putting your priorities first and providing practical, objective financial advice. Our team can help you assess your goals and take stock of your assets to determine whether wealth management is right for you. Speak to a member of our team today to learn more.
Your business or your home, across the town or across the country. We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Now we're back at Legacy High School. That would be the Sanford Sports Complex. Final score here as Legacy wins this one 42-13. Legacy was in cruise control throughout the contest as they led this one after St. Mary's got on top 6-0. Legacy put her in cruise control, and they win this one going away tonight. As where's my scoring plays? Right there. As Legacy was up 21-6 at halftime. 3 third-quarter touchdowns for the Sabres, answered only by the Aiden Price touchdown by St. Mary's in the fourth quarter as the running clock kicked in. Legacy improves to 5-3. St. Mary's falls to 3-5. Welcome you to our planning team financial advisors and Shots Crossroads postgame show. That we're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession. Planning team financial advisors here to help you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit them online at planningteam.com. And Shots Crossroads get filled up under delicious menu that includes the famous 99. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome. I guess physical football, Myron. That's about what we could say. I mean, you could hear Coach Clemens. You could tell. I tell he was happy about the way his team played tonight.
I was teasing him today on the phone. I was talking to him. I said, "What's the key? I need to know something. I need some dirt for the radio." I go, "It's formation into the boundary. What are you running?" And he just said, he said number 27 40 times. I mean, he was going to. So he lied. He was going to be Logan Miller 40 times rushing the ball tonight.
Yeah, it's impressive tonight for Legacy. Here's the numbers. Whew. Legacy tonight, folks, racks up 571 yards. That's a lot.
Yeah, you think about it too, and then a running clock, and they put some younger kids in at the end. So those are big numbers. Those are air raid passing numbers in a college game with 15-minute quarters. So that's big numbers.
466 yards on the ground on 44 carries, 105 yards passing for Logan Miller, 571 total offense for Legacy, and they held St. Mary's to a minus 38 yards rushing tonight, which that was about 6, maybe even a 7th sack in there that Legacy had against St. Mary's tonight. Kralik throws her for 224 yards tonight, 186 yards of total offense for St. Mary's. Here's some of your individual leaders. As for Legacy, Logan Miller had a big night. 178 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and he threw it 5 out of 10 completed passes for 105 yards and 2 TDs. Carl Henry up over 100 yards with 137 yards tonight. Tristan Will has 58 yards and a touchdown. Mitchell Wald has 73 yards and a touchdown. And then Isaac Mitchell and Hayden Lancaster even got in the action as they got 10 yards apiece. So the numbers just kept getting bigger for Legacy as Wyatt Kraft had a couple catches. Evan Hoffer had a couple grabs. Vegas George. Legacy, the only black eyes tonight were 7 penalties, and they turned it over 4 times as Logan Miller was intercepted twice, and they fumbled it twice, did the Legacy Sabres. But that's about it for the wrong things that Legacy did tonight. St. Mary's didn't get anything going on the ground tonight as they finished minus yardage, and probably the lone bright spot was Tommy Kralik finished his 19 of 36 for 224 yards and 2 touchdowns as Gavin Miller catches 5 for 46. Matt Porter, the leading receiver, 6 for 53. Caden Willer has 2 grabs for 63 yards and a touchdown. Jackson Ross, 4 catches for 30 yards. Maddox Doppler had a grab for 9, and Aiden Price, 1 catch for 21 yards. There's your final numbers. Again, Legacy, 571 yards total offense tonight. All right, fans, time now for our Move of the Game. Brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. They can help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. The Moose, Mitchell Wald was loose. That's your Move of the Game tonight.
And that was a dagger because Legacy had just scored on an impressive minute 37 drive right before the half. A nice pass by Logan Miller to secure it, and they just went up by 3 scores, and then all of a sudden you go into right away, they get the ball the first series of the second half, and they run the old school fullback trap, and Mitchell Wald breaking that was kind of the dagger in the game.
24 seconds into the third quarter. We hadn't even gotten our popcorn settled in yet for the second half. And Mitchell Wald went 47 yards to the house, and that one lit up the team. You could tell when I asked Mitchell Wald that question, or I'm sorry, about Logan Miller, that question about Mitchell Wald. He was more excited, I think, than Mitchell Wald was.
Oh, yeah, and it's at that play. That play still haunts me. We were at Mary, and we were trying to beat Dickinson State back in the day, and we'd be like 3rd and long, and we'd be in some prevent pass defense, and
Mitchell Wald, 47 yards to the house, is your Jobbers move of the game tonight. Jobbers, hey, they help keep your detailed, your move without ever losing sight of the big picture. Their efficient step-by-step approach to move management keeps everyone on the same page. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. All right, one final scoreboard update here as we've got scores coming in from across the state. Across the Big Muddy over in Mandan, the Mandan Braves lead Shanley 28-14. Minot on top of Williston tonight, 31-0. And Davies in the third quarter leads Century 19-13.
Got an update on that one. Century's just went up 20-19.
Century got an interception by Peyton Arndt, took it down to the 3-yard line, and now the Patriots looking to continue their winning streak. They've won 2 straight, and now Century leads Davies 20-19 in the third quarter. Could be early fourth quarter there. No report in from Cheyenne and Bismarck High. All right, last thing for us here. It's our player of the game brought to you by Sport Clips. They keep you looking good. Does Sport Clips. You can check in online with a hairstylist today. Sportclips.com. We had a guy that had 4 touchdowns accounted for him, 2 rushing, 2 touchdowns tonight. Pretty easy call, I think, in that one. You could call that one with Braille, the senior QB for Legacy, Logan Miller.
I'd love to have him on my fantasy team. That'd be a lot of points. It's kind of neat for me. It's a stupid story, but I used to work with Logan a little bit when he was a young quarterback. And actually, Jason Huckster used to be there, who's now him and Jollifer as position coaches. And his dad, I grew up with his dad as a next-door neighbor growing up, so it's kind of cool. But, no, impressive tonight. He's a physical runner, ran the ball between the tackles all game, and also a very efficient passer. That was an impressive performance tonight.
I can tell he comes from a military family, too, as he shook my hand twice, called me sir twice in that interview. So, Logan Miller, great job tonight. He rushes it for 178 yards and 2 TDs, throws it for 105 and 2 more touchdowns. He accounts for about 300 yards of total offense out of Legacy's 571 yards. Tonight, Logan Miller is your player of the game, brought to you by Sport Clips, as they bring you the MVP of the matchup. And nothing quite like that MVP experience like it is at Sport Clips, a new location for them on 43rd Avenue in Bismarck. All right. Well, that was fun, Myron.
Yes.
Maybe we got some playoff games coming up here. You going to be available for another game or two?
You got to check with my client guy.
You got an agent now?
No, I'm joking. That'd be fun. It sounds great. I'm excited about what's going to happen at Century St. Mary's. Who's going to sneak in? This is an exciting time of year. This playoff football in North Dakota.
Yeah, exactly. Next action for these two teams. Legacy is at Fargo Davies, and St. Mary's on the road as well next week at Fargo Shanley. A reminder, our games next week. We'll have Minot and West Fargo. That's a Thursday night game, and Bismarck High and Century, also a Thursday night game next week. Doubleheader for you here on the PSP Network. That'll put a wrap on our broadcast tonight. Big thanks to all of our in-game sponsors. BNC Bank brings you our scoreboard. Pregame, as always, brought to you by Shields. Our timeouts brought to you by Hub International Insurance. The Red Zone tonight brought to you by Serve Pro. Our halftime brought to you by Premier Chiropractic. Our postgame sponsors are Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. Our player of the game, Logan Miller tonight, brought to you by Sport Clips. And our move of the game, that 47-yard rumble by Mitchell Wald, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Hey, great job tonight by our cameraman. That was Landon Domries. For our executive producer, Nick Hallberg, and my partner tonight, Myron Scholes. I'm Todd Domries, repeating your final score from Legacy tonight. It's the Sabres moving to 5-3 on the season, and as they win this one 42-13 over St. Mary's. Thanks for joining us, fans, and until next time, so long from the Sanford Sports Complex in Bismarck.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right zoom, spider 2 Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on. First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus Plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.